Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to the start of a new and exciting year of ProBots. Tonight we kick things off with Season 1 and the first half of our round of 16. All of our bots have been fine-tuned for your entertainment, but the authors from AIArena.net, which just started a new season, they are the real champions here. So congratulations to all of you that qualified tonight. But before we introduce all of our bots, and before we get Endersword in here with me, we need to thank our Crown Club for all your continued support and patronage. Because of you, we have been able to greatly improve the quality of everything here at ESChamp. So thank you. Thank you all so much. And this season's artwork will be available to you, the Crown Club, at the end of the season, around the finals. So make sure you check that out. Check out all the links below me to get all the information there. And check out our brand new website, ESChamp.com. A lot of cool new stuff. You can find videos, tutorials, our forum, so you can get involved with the community, and everything else ProBots will be there. So now we are about to get started with what could be our most competitive season of ProBots to date. So go ahead, sit back, relax, but make sure you tell everybody you know that Season 1 of ProBots is about to start here on ESChamp. Let's start the show. We're here, and we have brought Endersword with us. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and like you said, the quality for everything is going to be like super high
Much
level.
better.
We've got like great graphics. We've got great background stuff. Surrounding me and Andy right now is the frames that I think were used in the '80s show Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's what it is. But
Nice, it's shiny, it's new,
overall,
we've got
really
good artwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We have an exciting season of ProBots as well, and we'll also be doing post-bots again every week after ProBots, the day after.
Yes.
We're just going to take a little extra deep dive into how the games went, and we're going to bring on bot authors and the like to come chit-chat with us about what we saw and how things are progressing through the next 7 weeks of ProBots. That's right, we have 16 bots going head-to-head, but only one can be champion, and we're going to be eliminating them as the weeks go on. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's talk about our bots a little bit. We have some new bots. We have a lot of returning bots as well, and we have just a whole list of phenomenal authors that have worked extra hard, and the competition is getting fierce over at AIArena.net.
It really is. Like the days of having like easy bots in the tournament are long gone. Like there was always like a bot that at the start you're like, well, that one barely works, or like does a gimmicky thing and it's gonna lose, or like we had ones in that like only Zerg rushed or something, stuff like that. Everything is now high level stuff.
Well, we're almost every. Well, yeah, I guess you could even say that about the worker rushes, but we do still get cheesy things like worker rushes.
Oh, we still get cheese, but it's good cheese.
It is very refined cheese.
Yeah, if you recall, we had a bot for a while that could only build up to, I believe, 24 supply, and then it was done. It was over. But I think
competition's a little more fierce than that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Well, we've got a lot of fun as well. If you have not yet already, check out the fantasy brackets. Go over to the challenge page. You can fill out a fantasy bracket. Do try to sign in or put your name or something there so we can know whose is whose as we go through it. And there's a fun challenge. See if you get more predictions wrong than me this season. But I'm actually pretty confident in my predictions this season. Yeah. I'm feeling good about them.
Yeah, again, seen your bracket. It looks
decent.
It looks more based on what you think is going to happen, as opposed to, I think last season it was just what you hoped would happen.
Yeah, last season was definitely more hope involved. This season is a little bit of both, though. I do have, so I'm going against a lot of people's predictions here. If we want to pull up any of these, feel free.
Sure.
Or just our normal bracket. Go ahead and pull that up. Let's take a look at some of these bots
bracket.
here.
Take a look
and
at
who's competing.
There's a few new ones.
Yeah, a few new ones. So we're doing the first half of that top 16 here, or of the round of 16. So we're going to be seeing 4 best of 3s tonight. And it should be good. I have Tier winning the whole thing. Who did you choose? Eris, right?
You do. I do have Eris winning the whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of people chose Eris. I think about half the people this season are predicting Eris. I have Eris going out pretty early. I'm taking a bold stance on that, and I think the competition has gotten so fierce that some of these top bots are going to just be, they're getting hunted. People are trying to take them out early. So
I think it's mostly because you can't pick GenCbot to lose.
That too. That was kind of it.
It's part of your DNA.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a good season. Again, all these bots, very nice. Let's talk about some of our new ones, though. We do have 3, I believe, new bots joining us this season. We have PhantomBot. We have got Caninana, which I learned is a type of pit viper. Do correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's a pit viper of sorts.
Sounds right.
And ZunkP. ZunkP. We never figured out exactly how to pronounce that. So if you're here, Zunk, let me know how it's said. But welcome to our new authors, PhantomSC, Zunk, as of course, and Ratosh. But also welcome back to all of our returning authors. We have a lot of very strong bots from some of these authors coming in. Some new, some are iterations of older bots, such as who is it? Rasper, and I don't code this game. Team Eris, kind of built off of Spiny a little bit, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
And they've grouped together to make an even better Zerg bot, which is Eris. And yeah, a lot of you think Eris is going to win this whole thing, which that's a pretty good prediction. That definitely could happen.
Strong. Yeah.
Very strong. All right. Well, I think we're about ready to dive into things. I don't know. It's very quiet. Nobody talks to me anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We're using new setup stuff a little bit, so.
We have indeed. Okay, it looks like they're going to the cards here. So we've got -0. Some of the ELOs are like starting to creep up there.
What's the peak ELO? I just had the bracket up. Is now so Eris is currently at rank 1 with 2171.
Yeah.
So almost to 2200 as the peak for ELO.
Yeah. Pretty damn good.
So just so you all kind of know where the peak is. So -0, yeah, -0 is last season's champion. In case you weren't aware, Mind Me has been around. So I was looking at all our old brackets and stuff. Mind Me. Oh, we never found out if Mind Games was him. Mind Me, if you're here, are you Mind Games? I have to know. Because if you are, you've had 10 appearances in ProBots. If you're not, you've only had 8. But that might be him. I think it's him. And here's our new bot, PhantomBot. Coming in, programmed in Python. And that is, so again, if you're a new bot author and want to start making a bot, Python's going to probably be your go-to language. Not necessarily. But there's a lot of resources available for it. There's the frameworks, the map analyzer. We've got Sharpie tool. I can't remember all the names right now. Come on, you're the AI guy. What are you?
Well, there are a lot of resources. Yeah, I think it's the one for sure with the most resources and like kind of the most user friendly if people are picking it up. Although I think a lot of people probably decide based on the language they know best as opposed to whatever. But if you're just kind of picking it up from scratch, I mean, I think most people that code know Python, so it's something I think everyone can pick up.
But you can do it. We've got bots in C#, Rust, Go, and Java, C++.
Yeah,
just about everything at this point. So yeah, get your bots made. Check it out. Again, go to our website, ESChamp.com. There are tutorial videos and I believe a build your own bot video somewhere in there where you can learn how to start a Terran bot, make some Marines, and go from there. So definitely check it all out. All right, I believe we are about ready. I'm seeing some zooms and stuff to dive into our first best of 3. Thank you, everybody, once again for tuning in here to ESChamp and Season 1 of ProBots in the year 2022. It has been a long few years for all of us, so let's go ahead and relax and watch these bots beat up on each other. It should be a lot of fun. Are we ready? Again, no one's talking to me anymore, so I'm just gonna. I
think we're probably ready.
I'm gonna do it. Let's go. Bind me's.
-0.
Phantom SCs.
PhantomBot.
Okay. All right. So Mind Games was somebody else. Okay. So Mind Me has had 8 appearances in ProBots under a variety of bots. -0 being the most recent and taking first place last season, looking oh so good.
Indeed, but Doogie Howitzer being the best.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
The one season wonder, Doogie Howitzer there.
I love it. I love
Good.
it.
But yeah, and then additional pylons, another very strong one of his bots. But now -0 has been top of the ladder here and there, has been just kicking absolute bot butt. So -0 also a contender to win this whole thing, in my opinion.
Indeed. Certainly is true. And he's kind of scatting around here. Almost looks like he wants to do with something sneaky, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
With
it looks like he's just
aggressive
getting a little
low ground
second base,
wall, or soon to potentially be wall.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious. I love it when we get a new bot in here because we really just don't know what's going to happen. Some of these bots, we've seen them enough. We can kind of predict. We know their play styles at this point. This is the start of our 4th real year of ProBots, I think. Yeah.
I think it is. I think it is indeed. There's definitely been, well, is this now our 11th or 12th then?
Well, it's technically
So-
the 11th if you count or the 12th, I mean, if you count
If you count the first
first 2 that you did, yeah.
Yeah.
But those were under Kings of the North, so.
Yeah, we just,
Like
it
the
was
pre-qualifier.
branding.
Different branding, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Because I think at one point, me and Drek had just decided we were interviewing people on the other show, Inside the Game or whatever. I forget what we called it. Inside the Scene.
Yeah.
And Inside the Game was the show we were copying, of course. That was the DJ Weed show. But yeah, and then we were just like, afterwards, we're like, let's do a tournament. So we did. But yeah, and then, 3-4 years later, here it is.
Here we are.
So PhantomBot is poking at the front here with some links. And a Phantom Adept goes out trapping
So I'm
that one link.
liking the notes I'm seeing here. Ooh, as these Zerglings get a little shredded. PhantomBot is built a bit for the late game. It has a very special trait. I'm not going to say too much in case we get there, but it does have some late game plans. So, against someone like -0, Eris, any of these really strong bots, you kind of have to have a late game plan at this point. It's really hard to win in the early game unless you're doing some really strong cheese like a proxy or Warrior Rush or something like that.
It says that he's evolved from a Stefano style bot, which was just maxing out on roaches.
I was just watching Stefano playing some GSL from 2012, where he's just the roach king. He just spams roaches.
That's all you needed, man.
Roaches. Hey, that's all, at that time, that kind of was all you needed. It was just a lot of roaches.
Yeah, it became just who could max out on them the quickest. That's all. Tag, undetected rush. Oh my goodness.
Well, if
so
it's undetected,
I think he's now. Yeah, I feel like he had to detect it to say that, but I think maybe he means previously undetected.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, you get surprised by the rush. I got you.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
But I think he's misreading anyway. It's not a rush. This is just kind of pressure. This isn't something that PhantomBot is committing to.
Well, he's losing a lot of Zerglings, unfortunately, for this. Maybe it is just that high ground. We've talked about this time and time again. These ramps can really give the bots trouble.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a newer bot author just starting. The ramps are one of the trickier things I think that bot authors have to deal with.
Yeah, and he is still making lings, but he's going to Aspire now behind it. And I kind of think that this is meant to almost prompt this defensive solution.
Oh, like a lot of ground units?
Yeah, it's caused a lot of ground units, particularly Adepts here, which are going to be no good if he switches to mutas.
Yeah.
He's also put down like defensive buildings like shield batteries and so on that he may not have been making. And then I think this is key, that he's now 42 seconds behind whatever -0 is going to do. So I think that's what that pressure is kind of looking for. This queen, however, inexplicable.
The poor queens. Yeah, and so there are the new patch is not in
No, yeah.
what we're doing here. So the queens can still transfuse off of creep, in case anyone was curious. That will probably be hopefully by next season we'll have access to all those. Or
Yeah.
we have access to them now. It's just a matter of implementing them. But adepts are getting on to creep here. Zerglings have all been pretty much killed. The queens have nothing left to defend them.
Yeah.
Does PhantomBot just die here?
It's a little bit of a race here. He's now got the Spire done, but we often see bots get in this position and then they're unable to make what they want to make because they're spamming out defensive units. So he's making a couple of mutas now, but he really needed to be prepared to get like 8 of them to have any hope of defending this.
Yeah, it's going to take even 3 mutas. It's going to take
It's
so
gonna take forever.
long to kill these adepts. Oh, jeez. I think we're just going to see all the workers die here. So PhantomBot definitely had a good strategy here, but yeah, just maybe lost too many lings to keep the adepts back for just a little bit longer or something. I don't know. We'll see. The mutas are going to pop out and start working on these adepts.
Yeah.
I just are there any drones
Yeah,
left,
just
though?
too
No.
few. There's only like
There's
3
no
of them.
drones.
There are only 3 of them. They're also not grouping up anywhere. One of them's running around here because it doesn't understand what's
the
going
last
on.
drone, run! That's the last drone. He can't make it anymore. Oh, it gets shredded. All right, so that will definitely be GG, and the mutas, even if they clean up the adepts, there's a Stargate on the way. -0 is already preparing to deal with that. A few stalkers that he just warped in will be enough anyway. So, wow, very strong. Maybe that was not the best idea to push -0's buttons and force all these adepts out.
Yeah, I think he either had to keep doing it more, a little better to hold them back. I think you almost need to, if you're going to pressure and they start to move out, you need to find a way like backstab or draw the army back or something, like, because the whole plan of that, I think, was to delay for a couple minutes, and he only delayed for like a minute, and it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, 40 or how far behind schedule? 42 seconds?
42 seconds, yeah, according to that. So, yeah, and it may have provoked more units that ended up negative anyway.
Now, was there a 4th base for Phantom there?
He was making one, yeah.
Oh, okay, he was making one. Okay,
Yeah, he was making
so
one.
that's not too bad. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if he had just gotten out a few more mutas a little quicker or something, but I don't know. Those adepts came across hard and they came across fast.
Yeah,
not a lot you can do there. Ooh, man, do we get a watch? Does everyone get to watch that? Yeah, hold on. Okay, we're about to start game 2 here. Things are just about ready. The worker splits are on point, I gotta say. A lot of nice detail. Okay, we're going to be kicking off in just a moment. Thank you all once again for joining us. This is Season 1 of 2022. If you just tuned in, thank you for coming and hanging out and enjoying these games. We've got 4 best-of-3s tonight. This is the first one. And check out the fantasy bracket. I believe they are closed, however. So if you didn't get one made, better luck next season. But we're going to definitely take a deeper look at all of those as we do post-bots tomorrow night live in the Discord. So if you're in the Crown Club, come and hang out with us. Come chit-chat. Come ask questions. Watch some clips. We'll have a lot of fun little clips from tonight's games, all the highlights and that kind of thing. So if you like extra ProBots content, check it out.
Indeed.
So what have you been up to in between seasons here? We're starting this season about a month late, actually.
Yeah,
Normally
I just
we
sit
start in
here and
February,
wait.
So
Yeah, I just sit here and wait for the season to start.
just waiting for ProBots.
Yeah,
That's it.
I've been frozen in carbonite for like 3 months.
Well, I know for a fact that you've got some fun bunnies, and
That's true.
maybe we'll be able to check them out after this series. I haven't even seen number 2 yet, so I want to check it.
They're around. 2's more shy, but they'll be somewhere.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hop into game number 2 here and see if -0 can seal the deal or PhantomBot can turn things around here against last season's champ. Let's go.
Mind me's. -0. Phantom SCs. PhantomBot.
Nice like that, Phantom. Hey, can we turn off the flashy red timer over my little game preview? That'd be great. Just a note to production there. All right, here we are on Hardwire for our next map. Yeah, so we are using new map pool this season.
Yes.
In case anybody did not get the memo either. We are using, I believe, just 6 of the 7. I forget which one is excluded, but there was some issue with it, and it was just causing problems, so we just nixed it or something. But we've got 2,000 atmospheres, Berlingrad, Blackburn, Curious Minds, Glittering Ashes, and here we are on Hardwire, our 6th map. So you can expect to see a lot of fun on these maps. A lot of really good maps coming out recently. I really like some of the maps in the last Team Liquid map contest or whatever that was.
Yeah, they look pretty decent. And yeah, as pointed out there by our observer, the 12 pool was scouted, but it is with gas and it's with a hatchery as well. So we'll see if -0 overreacts to this and treats it as like just a pure 12 pool or whatever.
So do you think that was like a little thing to throw off -0? Like a little, oh, look, I got a 12 pool, but I'm not going to do it.
Possibly, yeah, because it's not going to be an attack. He's not getting the Roach Warren.
Oh,
so
yeah, there's no
may
wings
be a
coming out.
response to that. Yeah, just the forwarded chase.
Or does it get you the Roach Warren quicker? Does it allow you to get the Roach Warren a little sooner if you do a 12 pool?
I guess so, yes. I think so. I haven't played with
Zerg
Zerg builds.
so.
Yeah, I haven't played with Zerg builds for a while, but I think so. Okay. But see, it's prompted a really, really defensive response here from -0, and he hasn't added on a Nexus or anything.
Yeah, a lot of zealots, shield batteries. Wow, yeah, he's really expecting something.
Yeah. So we'll see, but he's getting a bunch of roaches, but also Ling speed. So I think this is still going to be an early push. Probably like a 7 roach move followed by a Ling flood. Something to that effect. But I don't know.
Well, so this is one thing that does make -0 a little different than the other bots. He actually doesn't use any opponent ID, and I believe we're using opponent IDs for this tournament, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, production, but I do believe it. But -0 does not use that. He really just relies on what is scouted during the game and makes its decisions based on that. So we're seeing a lot more of that instead. You know, a lot of bots have a plan going in, or they realize, oh, okay, I'm up against this bot. This build does well against this bot, so I'll do that kind of thing. But this is a much more reactive style here, and that's why we saw this real big defense, was because he was expecting a lot of aggression. But
so we need to see PhantomBot clump up here a little bit. I think he's now kind of no, that's not what we need. Yeah, he needs to go with everything together, and the roaches are too tentative. This has to just be a full hit.
I don't know. I kind of like it because he's staying out of the range of the Stalker and the Adepts for the moment, and clearing out the Zealots, wasting the energy on that shield battery. So it's kind of. Now there's still. It's just still all there. The they don't get close enough to the Stalker. That could be a problem.
Like they need to. Like I think that needed to break the wall right then, because there's nothing. Like because this is over.
Yeah, well, and that's where, at this point, if there were a third base about to come down for Phantom, that could be good. That could be a really nice transition. Yeah. Just use this to keep the pressure on, keep -0 at home and stuff. But, all right, we got Ravager's Morphine on the front line. Risky move, but it does pay off. Gets a nice bile. Going to use a little more of that shield battery energy up. And it's just the one shield battery, right? So... Yeah. Oh no, there's two. There's two.
There's two there.
So, yeah, this is not going to be broken by Zerg anytime soon. Ooh, the Adepts actually shade past and kind of trap everything in. Nice moves. Yeah. Wow, that was awesome.
This time, -0, 29 seconds apparently behind schedule.
So he's a little faster this time. He's adapting and overcoming.
Yeah, I think that had potential. I don't know if it would have broken or anything, and he kind of stopped making units, but I think he could have killed more from the initial push, but the roaches were like staying out of the range of one stalker is not a good reason to not bring 5 roaches forward.
Yeah, that's true. Had they just dive bombed in there, that could have that actually could have done a lot more for sure. But as it is, -0 is going to push this all back, and actually scouting that 12 pool seems to actually have been the right decision.
Yeah.
To then just make a lot of defenses, because he held that. Yeah, it wasn't an all-in pressure, but swatted it back so easily, and now he has a huge force that he can counter with, and he's starting to pick off Zerg units that are just scattered around the third here. Chicken. Playing a little game of chicken here or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Ravager goes down. Is there army? Yeah, where's the army for Phantom? There's something out. There's a few units.
Yeah, I think he's got units at home here, but
He's gonna lose the third.
yeah, I think they're gonna trickle out here.
Oh, actually, -0 just going straight
think
for
he's
the
just gonna
throat.
ignore it. Yeah.
Doesn't even care about the third. I think that's the right choice right now for sure.
Yeah, Phantom now even supply blocked as he had the Overlords
Oh, yeah,
out.
lost that Overlord. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. Well, this is kind of what happens when you go up against the champ. Chances are you're going to get beaten a little bit. And -0, again, last season champion. One of our strongest bots, for sure.
Yeah, tough opponent to face at first, obviously,
Very
given that
tough
we do
first
see,
round opponent, yeah.
do see the brackets. There's a lot of things in PhantomBot that I think you see in a lot of the first-time bots that are kind of stuff that everyone has to go through and work out. One is units being too tentative, as well as units not really working as a group. That you've got some attacking, some not. You've got everything trying to stay at range. I think in the first game we saw mutas being scared of adepts, not understanding that they can't hit them. So I think there's all those little kinks that people have to work out that you see in a lot of the first-time entries.
Oh, for sure. Well, and again, ProBots is quite a bit different than what goes on the ladder, I would think. Just because, there are some very specific things that are done for ProBots to help these bots increase their chance of winning. So it's always just, it's a learning experience. And again, first round going up against last season's champ is always going to be tough. It doesn't matter who the bot is, but looks like -0 will seal the deal and take our first best of 3, knocking PhantomBot into the lower bracket. So we're not done with PhantomBot yet. We will see more of this Zerg. If you're not PhantomBot fans.
Indeed we will. Indeed we will. And yeah, so there's a lot of ideas here that are good. Like the idea of intentionally provoking an opponent to delay them until you can get to some tech makes sense. The idea
it's just got to have a proper follow-up to it, though.
Exactly. I think that's it. And then this too, like the actual build and what was made of sending roaches across with speedlings getting done at the right time, that they all kind of synced up at the other side. That was done well. But then the fact that they didn't attack in a synced up way, even though the build was good. Yeah. Then the actual unit control wasn't, unfortunately. So
and that's it.
Again, there's the
something
elements
you learn.
there.
Yeah, over time and doing this, you just have to figure out all those little details and work out the kinks and work on your unit control.
It's key.
It'll all come together.
It will. It will indeed.
All right. Well, that was our first best of 3. A little bit of a quick one, but we have more where that came from. Do not worry. We have got who's coming up next. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So that was PhantomBot's debut. Well done. Welcome to ProBots. Congratulations on qualifying. Coming up next, we will have BenBotBC versus SharkBot. So we've got 2 returning bots here. SharkBot has been in one season, and actually WhaleMean, I think. Yeah, WhaleMean was our only random bot last season. So we're getting SharkBot back for this one. How do you think he's going to do?
I think pretty decent. I know that they're both submitted to their ladder. So if he's chosen this one again, then he must think that this is kind of the way to go. I do think it was fun to see a random bot last season, but it's so much more to program and deal with. That you've got to deal with every matchup and not knowing. And I think we were
quite
seeing
well though for being.
He did, yeah. He made it pretty good. But I think ultimately what we were seeing is him winning or losing based on the matchup, and so which was then random. So this at least gives you some consistency.
Well, and he will be he has Protoss this time around. One of our cheesier bots, I would say, is doing proxy void ray shenanigans and things like that. So hey, he's good at cheesing if you stick to your strengths. If you're good at it.
Indeed. I felt like it was also almost multiple personality of the Protoss cheesed and then the Terran didn't, and then the Zerg I think just made lings, or I don't know.
Well, it's one of the
very
strengths
different.
of being
Yeah.
random, and also
Yeah.
one of the weaknesses.
Yeah.
It can be is just that unpredictability. So,
Indeed.
but BenBot is a strong competitor. If he can get up to, he's probably our battle cruiser master. I would say.
Yeah,
He's always
that's-
teleporting behind mineral lines, causing havoc. Usually gets out of there too. There's a lot of games where those BCs are about to get sniped off, but then they teleport out just in time. So, really
Yeah,
good
that
BC
tends to
control.
be what's happening. BenBot is the bot that I've always described as losing until he isn't.
Yeah.
Like losing for like 25 minutes and then suddenly not losing. And I think it's because of that like an initial BC attack can fail, but he doesn't like lose them or lose all of them. And he just keeps making them. And then eventually you're at 200 supply and it's hard to deal with like 12 BCs.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's it. And like bots are notoriously not good at like target firing something down, or like realizing something's important, or like we need to finish it before it jumps out or something like that. So it tends to just like spiral. But I'm curious to see what he's fixed this season, because I think he's done fairly well on the ladder as well.
Oh yeah. Well, and he's got really good bunker play as well.
Yeah.
He uses bunkers well defensively. He can even do bunker contains. So yeah, I'd like to see a lot more bunkers and battle cruisers, man. That's the way to win. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the bunker contain has been a strong tool for a lot of bots in this whole tournament. That if you can get a bunker at your opponent's natural, or even just outside it, zoning out like Reapers or original scouting things, the way that units often respond to something that's like a static defense can be a real big deterrent, or they don't deal with it very well. So if you get in on their side, it can often buy you a lot of time.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, here's SharkBot as well. Yeah. Again, we talked a little bit. One of our cheesier bots. I'm curious what we're gonna see out of here. BenBot struggles with Tempest and things like that a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Will BenBot be able to survive whatever SharkBot can throw at him? I believe we're about to hop into our game here, our next best of 3. Thank you all for joining us once again in Season 1 of 2022 here on ESChamp's ProBots. Let's go ahead and hop into this best of 3 right now.
Blossiers.
BenBotBC.
Shark Nices.
SharkBot.
All right, so no one knows how this one's gonna turn out. Apparently,
no one's venturing any guesses. We
some
got 2
changes
probes
on the
coming
fantasy brackets.
Yeah, 2 probes coming out. 1 proxy here at the, I guess, 4th base. Suppose this is the other one going in for a normal scout. He's not going to have a wall off here. Oh, and he's putting the pylons up.
Oh, workers get pulled off the line though. BenBot's
Yeah.
having none of this.
Yeah, he's trying to prevent, I guess, a wall off from happening. And then so he has detected it, obviously.
Yep.
Knows that these are coming. I wonder, is that to prevent?
Oh, he stops the 3rd
Yeah,
gateway.
really good.
These SCVs are ninjas, man.
Quite good.
They blocked a pylon. They just killed the probe before he could throw another gateway down. So far, this looks good. Okay, sorry. What were you saying?
I wasn't sure whether the pylon was there just to stop the wall off at the wall, or whether he was trying to stop like an add-on location.
I think
or
he was
something,
trying. It looked like
but
he
I
was
think
trying
it
to
was-
wall it off just to block
Yeah,
the
it was like
SCVs
2 of
in
them.
to stop, pretty much this from happening. The SCV's
Yeah.
now going to come down here and kill this pylon. If this pylon goes down, this rush is done.
Yeah,
but
he
he's
doesn't
pulling
seem too
workers.
concerned
Yeah, he
about
should
that
be.
yet, but he should be.
There is one more probe here, so the probe could absolutely repower this. Once the
Yeah.
SCVs kill this pylon, they should go back to work here. All but one. Okay, he's going to lead one as a little scout, I guess. But Marines are out. 2 zealots that can't be produced, or they're just sitting there, never coming from ire. They're stuck.
Yeah, I don't know if he quite knows what to do with this.
Oh, jeez.
And I like that BenBot too. You could tell had some calculation of how many SCVs he needed to do these things. Like how many do you need to kill it before the power is ready at his or like the pylon was done at his main base, and like here he pulled a few off before it was dead because he knew that was enough. So that's nice to see. But yeah, now it's definitely not gone well.
Yeah. Oh man, BenBot is he's just having none of the cheese this season. So
I almost
picked-
think I think SharkBot's kind of broken
Oh yeah, he's super. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead. SharkBot's done.
because
Yeah, well, let's just fast forward this. SharkBot's super dead. He's got
he's
two
not-
zealots
he's
in
not
the
getting
production queue not producing.
yeah he's not getting gas. I think he intended to have another gateway down, and now that he doesn't, it doesn't know what to do exactly.
So now,
'Cause he's
when
not
these
doing
gateways
anything.
die, do you think he'll
It
start
may
trying
kick
to do
something
at
else
home,
in,
like kick
but
something into
yeah.
gear?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. Ooh, rough start here for SharkBot, but could absolutely turn around. He just needs to get away with not getting scouted. There.
Yeah.
Now, how did the SCV follow a probe to the proxy? How did that? How did you know that was there?
No, I
This
think
is
he
kinda out
did,
here.
yeah, I think he did just go scout it because the probe took a fairly wide approach to that.
Okay, here we go.
So now he's going to rebuild it home.
All right, he's gonna do the Kamehameha power up here. He just needs like 5 minutes to build 8
Yeah,
gateways.
he'll
And
be fine.
Get warp tech out. He'll be fine. He's
Well,
got
and
a
given
ton of
that
minerals banked.
Given that BenBot often goes up to BCs, he might have that time. So
Yeah.
who knows? But he's going to need to take gas at some point, and I don't know if he ever will. There may just be no trigger in this build to get gas at all, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, because BenBot, like you're saying, BenBot's first real aggression is the battle cruisers, really, like trying to warp behind the mineral lines and stuff. And he really just plays defensively at that point. So SharkBot could maybe get like a swell of 1,000 zealots or something.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
He's-
Well, he's going to
it
start
could
Chrono
be-
Boosting one at a time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere, I guess.
And here's the normal BenBot double bunker turret tank, and then we'll probably
bot
see some
magnet,
widow
as we
mines.
call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. We'll see. Oh, there is already a widow mine underneath the tank. Yes, this one's actually in an almost sensible location. Very often, this is built kind of in the middle of almost nowhere, but it just attracts bots' attention, and it still works.
Okay, we're going to do the one zealot at a time push.
Yeah.
Here we go. Another
Well,
zealot
it's-
just popped.
I think it still thinks it still thinks this worked, and he's over on the other side of the map or something.
Yeah. Well, it didn't. Sorry. All right. Well, yeah. I guess at this rate, yeah, there just is no way unless SharkBot were to throw down like something besides one gateway. Yeah, this is just not going to be enough. BenBot.
Oh,
will
that's
take
kind of
game
funny.
over.
They're
Good dodge.
rallying. So this isn't even actually an attack. They're rallying to the point that they were supposed to assemble in the first place.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for the proxy, and then they go
Yeah.
in as a group.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. Well, not much more to say about this one. All right. I think this was a little too cheesy out of SharkBot. We need to see the proxy Stargate or something. That's where he really does well.
Proxy,
Is
yeah,
with
the
those
proxy
voids,
void
with
raise
the
is really
void
good.
raise is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, just the zealot rush. Not going to cut it against somebody like BenBot.
especially
with
since
that
it's still
defense.
pre-nerf void raise during this time period.
Oh yeah, right. God, I feel like the void rays have gone through more changes than any unit in StarCraft.
They have. There's really just the void ray and the bunker.
Just back and forth and back and
Yeah.
forth. It's too good. It's too bad. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's too powerful. It sucks. Like, make up your mind.
It makes
Void ray is
sense.
always perfect. It doesn't matter
It's
how
it's
it is.
because it's like the void ray is the most unnecessary unit in the game. It's
Yeah, it could
it
be.
has this window between like 4 minutes and 7 minutes where it might be useful, and like outside of that window it's no good.
I don't know. It's good for sneak attack if you like build 10 of them secretly,
weird
and then at the 10-minute
backstabs,
mark you
yeah.
just backstab. Well, that was kind of their original intent, was it not? To be the special forces, the hit squad, where you
Kinda, yeah.
surprise and show up and drill it down and then get out. You know?
Yeah, when you could like manually turn the ray on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the intent was originally. Like whatever the intent was, they didn't test it.
Yeah. Holy
'Cause the
crap! What happened?
original-
I blinked and SharkBot's building like
Yeah.
80 things here. What happened?
He's just
What
doing
triggered
all
this?
kinds of stuff. He's just macroed. I don't know what triggered him to get the gas. I think now actually what had to happen was his rush had to fail.
Oh, the zealots died, and then he's
And he
like,
didn't-
"Oh,
yeah.
this isn't
And
working."
he didn't acknowledge that it failed, until a prerequisite number of zealots died.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how fast he spent all those resources.
Yeah.
And
No, crazy good.
again, if BenBot sits around a little too long, we do have the first battlecruiser about to pop. But if he sits around too long, we could
Yeah.
get a swell of some units here.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. BenBot always looks like he's trying to lose, and then he doesn't. He just wins anyway.
Oh yeah, look at this alien go. All right, this alien should be able to clear all these slow zealots up. No charge is present. So, oh, there is a cannon there though that actually is going to. Oh, the probe!
Oh, nice.
I don't think the probe
Nice.
even meant to do that, or did he?
No,
Was that
I
intentional?
don't know if he meant to.
I think the
worked.
probe just got stuck.
So
There's the
here's
first
the
battlecruiser.
BC. Yeah. And there's no response to this. So
What is he going to respond with? His
Yeah.
two zealots?
yeah,
Throw him up
exactly.
with the battlecruiser. Go for hire.
No, nobody made him make a robo and chrono boost out 2 forges and
Build the fourth
and
base.
stuff. He could have made a stalker.
He could have, but he didn't.
He didn't.
Cannons are a good choice sometimes. Yeah. Okay. So this is just unlosable at this point for BenBot unless he were to break pretty much.
Yeah, it is interesting though. Like you said, like once it did trigger whatever condition says, okay, the rush is over. It just so immediately went into this macro.
Well, he's got all the money. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
spend this.
Yeah.
As long as you got the money for it. So that is a good follow up at least. SharkBot does have the follow up. I do think it was how the proxy was stopped with the pylon dying and all that. That's what really screwed up the build here.
Yeah,
Had
there's
those first
often-
zealots come out, that might have just been like, oh, okay, this is the end of the rush.
Yeah.
Had the
Yeah,
zealots
because
come out and
usually
died.
there's always going to be that decision making of like, when has the rush failed or when has it stopped or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some condition to that. And so if it never got going, I don't think it acknowledged that that's what happened.
And here comes the Marine Extermination Squad. Battle cruisers are going to teleport back into the main, come down. All right, so BenBot taking game number 1 and attempting to screw up my fantasy bracket already.
Indeed.
I was banking on the cheese to win, but we'll see.
Yeah,
It's not
so-
over yet.
So whoever took the over-under of over 13 minutes there wins.
All right.
That will be standard for BenBotBC.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it is a safe way to play, especially for these bots, because you don't know if you're about to get hit by, a 2-base immortal push. You need, so BenBot plays defensively. He's got the bunkers up. He's ready to hold that. And then he starts poking out once he gets those battle cruisers, start doing a little economic damage, really slows down his opponent, and then he's got the nice Marine follow-up to kind of come clear
It's
things
true,
up. So
but you could have
it's
sent
a
one.
really solid build.
You can
be
send one Marine to check.
You could. Hey, man, he's
If
playing
he
better
is,
safe than sorry. That's
Poke.
the way to play.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? All right, game number 2 getting loaded up. Thank you all once again for being here. This is season 1. We're going to be doing a little break after this series. We'll do some Crown Club member shout-outs. We'll talk about the Crown Club and, about what's going on over the next 7 weeks. Again, we're doing post-bots here and there. Should be a lot of fun. Do we have a timer?
I don't know.
I'm going to do it. I think we're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 in this, what are we doing? The TVP. Let's see who moves on.
Blossiers.
BenBotBC.
Shark Nices.
SharkBot.
Okay, are we here? We are here on Curious Minds.
Ooh.
One of our new maps.
Now we got the counter cheese here, and it's going to be stopped this
It gets
time.
stopped right away, man.
But
These bots are not
at
having
least-
cheese this season.
At least he acknowledged it.
All right, this failed. Let's move on.
Yeah.
That is the proper response.
Now the real key, and I don't know whether he did this before or did this in response.
just
SharkBot
sent
is
another.
building a forge, and
Oh.
SharkBot may be building a forge in anticipation of the fact that he's going to get marine rushed, but he's not.
Well, no, another SCV is coming down actually to finish up this barracks. Or is he just going to try to cannon rush? No,
That's
there's no
what I
way
was
SharkBot
wondering.
cannon
I
rushes,
don't know
right?
whether he started it first or what. Usually you don't cannon rush a Terran.
Usually you don't, but
Yeah.
this is ProBots Undersword.
Yeah, it's true. But what disturbs me more is BenBot, despite acknowledging that that was killed, I feel that it should be SCV was killed, abort plan. That doesn't seem to be what's happened.
Nope, it's
If
send
SCV was
another.
killed, send another one. Yeah,
Send another one until it succeeds, essentially.
yeah. But no, SharkBot, I guess, is still defensive.
Yep.
So even though he saw it, doesn't acknowledge that it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to play a
that's
much more
fine.
standard game. No cheese out of SharkBot
Oh.
this time. Run, SCV, come on. Oh, yeah, there's 2 probes here, one for
Yeah.
each side.
The other one's not doing anything.
Oh. Is he in
You
a
got to
sweet
do
spot?
something.
Oh. Okay, he's dead.
Someday he'll get that done.
Eventually, this Rax will finish, and so we're kind of getting the same scenario that we had where there's just going to be a huge mineral bank, I think. Yeah, we're almost to 1,000 minerals now for BenBot, because until this finishes, there will be no follow-up. You will finish this job, BenBot, then you can build something else. Wow, this is really funny how this is so...
Yeah, it is.
Just
kind
role
of.
reversal here.
It really is a very complete role reversal. Here comes the SCV to finish.
Come on, buddy,
This
you
one
can
may
do
get
it.
it finished. At this point, though, I feel like it's worse if he finishes it.
Well, no, because he's got to finish the barracks to do anything else back at home, I think.
Yeah, I guess he's like shut down.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
finishes and lifts up and gets the hell out. Good. Okay, so he did recognize that
What
it
the
was
hell
failed,
is that
but he
probe
had to
doing?
finish that barracks. Had to
That-
finish the barracks. Okay.
That probe was having an absolute fit.
Oh, was it? I missed it. Was
Yeah.
it just spazzing out or something?
Yeah, I think he's still chasing the barracks.
Mad that he couldn't get the barracks anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so things are going to stabilize a little bit. BenBot has a huge bank, so I'd like to see. There we go. Command as I'm thinking it, gets that command center, and he's going to start expanding, getting a little bit. But SharkBot already has a 3rd base in the works, so this is looking very, very good for our Protoss player. Yeah, and the absolute correct decision. You know, if this proxy is failing that badly, you might as well just eco up as hard as you can.
Pretty much.
So good choice. Good. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, BenBot, unfortunately, unlike SharkBot in the previous game, not able to instantly turn into spending all 1,500 minerals. Is still
Well,
just
but that
progressing.
kind of backfired though for SharkBot, didn't it? So isn't it
I
better
mean,
that BenBot's
there
being a
was-
little more methodical about it?
There was no way to. I mean, there was no way to win that unless he left you alone another 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
If he had had one thing to deal with, the only thing that actually killed him there was the BC in the back. Had he not
that's
done
true.
like that specific thing, which you should know that this bot, that's literally all he does.
Yeah,
but
that's what BenBot
but still, had he not done that, he actually had cannons up. He had a few units out, etc.
Run! Yeah, he had a lot of defenses that just weren't good against battle creatures, pretty much. Oh man, as a Zealot going to town now, BenBot just doesn't have
Yeah. it's
the
nothing.
the defenses here to protect his poor SCVs. Man, they're getting massacred. Okay, another Marine pops out. Oh, where you going, Marine?
Now, prioritizing this turret is interesting.
Ooh, yeah, getting a little blocked by the SCVs as well. So the pathing a little bit troublesome. Now, I actually saw some conversation about the pathing of units and how to keep them from getting cornered and that kind of thing. And that can be a tricky thing, especially as we see here, the SCVs just mining. They block the path. They're not registered as an attacking unit, so you'd have to specifically say, okay, kill this one SCV blocking my path, which, you know, you might not necessarily have that programmed in. So the pathing can get a little tricky for these bots sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hard one to really do. Like, there's a lot of things where you need kind of a decision to be made of like which direction to go, and you'll see oftentimes a lot of bots start to do stuff and change their mind because as they move 5 feet one way, they have a different evaluation, and so they go back, and then they go back, then they go back, then they go back, over and over.
Now, that has something to do with the. I saw the term influence map. Can you describe that at all to me? I'm not super familiar. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but it kind of, I think, relates to. There's several layers to the map that it looks at, and I think it looks at like areas that it feels it has like control or influence
Pathable
over,
places
right? Yeah,
or unpathable or not paths, essentially.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's the same as like we saw a bot, I think it was last season, where their detection layer broke, and they were unable to tell whether someone could detect them or not, I think was the case.
Oh, yeah, something with the cloak, right?
Yeah. And so there's different layers. You could go back to, I think, like the Google paper.
Oh, yeah,
that
wasn't
they
it
built.
Ketroc's Banshees or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they were cloaking even though they didn't need to or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but ooh, sees the Oracle. Oracle's just gonna book it across the map. Little pack of Marines here. Not afraid of that fake Archon whatsoever. Usually you'd see that and be like, I'm getting the hell out of here, but they don't give a damn, which that's good for them because it wasn't real.
Yeah, and you can kind of see, I like that
Nice
BenBot has these notes of like the tag. So it's kind of counting the units that it sees.
Been tracking what's there.
Yeah, and you'll notice it didn't say Archon.
Oh, you're right. So it
knew.
Oh, well, because don't Archons have half shield or something? Or half
It might. Yeah, I don't know what it would do to detect it. It may be able to see that the health is lesser. Although it just, I don't think it
hallucinations
looks
get half
less.
health, right?
They get half health, but I don't know if it displays as half. I think they actually just take double damage.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but whatever. Either way, it knew that that wasn't real.
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem to tag it.
BenBot's too smart. He knows. And he's about to start getting battlecruisers. That fusion core about to finish up. But this time, there's a Void Ray. That is what I wanted to see here. Void Rays in good numbers can be very, very, very strong against battlecruisers. They can zap down some battlecruisers. You get a little group of 5-6 Void Rays. They can take down a battlecruiser pretty darn quick. Ooh, gets a Hellion with the stasis there. Not bad. All right. A lot of little skirmishes going on, a lot more active, and what an interesting base placement out of SharkBot here.
Yeah.
Taking a very, very forward base, but if he's doing a more of a Skyfight, yeah, he's got Tempest about to pop out, Phoenix and stuff. That's a really nice position for the air units to start just poking into the main and causing havoc, killing things. I like this. I like that base, because then it's really hard to attack up that ramp, kind of, into it, if there's a big Protoss army there with sentries and stuff like that. So I like this. I guess it's a map. This has got to be a map-specific build, right?
I would think so, yeah, because it's such a good
forward.
staging ground place, particularly for the Tempest, because you can fight over the ground here, or you can duck into the airspace, and you're still like super well covered.
Great spot for air units. Yeah, Tempest's going to be able to start shelling. They are taking some hits from the Vikings, but there's just not a lot of Vikings out. Not really enough to pose any real threat at this point to the Voids, to the two Tempests. There's even an Archon there, so if the Vikings come a little too far forward, they'll
So
take some
apparently he
big
doesn't
hits.
tag Archons regardless, but he somehow knew to
Yeah, 'cause
ignore
that's a
it
real one,
regardless. But
Maybe, just doesn't care about Archons.
you could see he just didn't run from it. He never shot it or anything. But yeah, he hasn't like done the tag Void Ray or tag whatever. So I don't know specifically what that means now.
Oh yeah, he also hasn't done it for like the Phoenix and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to just be for
some
counting something.
particular units.
All right, well, SharkBot is just going to take all the bases. In the middle of a battle zone, sure. I'll take a base there. Why not? But yeah, just a really strong composition here. SharkBot could probably start poking up the ramp, do you think? Nah, I guess there's a... Yeah, well, if he clears out that tank with the Tempests, he could absolutely, I think, start poking up this ramp with the Stalkers, with the Sentry, some of these ground
I think
units,
he's
the
got
Archons.
a carrier here now too. I think he could really almost leave his ground units and just attack the main base from the air.
Yeah, probably.
And just bypass all this, and there'd be nothing he could really do.
Oh
to
yeah,
stop
with the
him.
two carriers out now as well. Yeah, there are not enough Marines out or Vikings out to deal with this properly. Oh, there is a Thor. The Thor's actually going to be able to start getting some juicy shots onto these heavy air units here, so might be able to get a carrier. Oh yeah, look at that carrier start to take some damage. All right, he might be able to turn something around. I don't know, though. The supply very heavily in SharkBot's favor. He's just got such a strong army. He's got the upgrades, too. There are no upgrades finished quite yet for BenBot.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to, like, stabilize into something here. I think this is largely, obviously, SharkBot's patience more than anything. But I think also, as much as I like this location to, like, build up on, the way that he's actually, like, prosecuting the attack is not very good. Like, he's trying to attack in, like, 180 degrees instead of, like, picking a point. And so it's just kind of spreading it out a lot. Like, he's accumulating, it's not a problem, but he could have ended this, I think, a minute or two ago if he just went north and then just attacked from the side.
Yeah, just start picking off buildings, kill the command center. Yeah, just
but he's, like, insisting on going after this main point, but then he's also letting his stuff get distracted into the main base.
Yeah, it's a really bad spot to try to fight against those Thors. The Thors have a lot of free area there to kind of shoot back up a little bit. So they're taking a decent fight against these air units.
Yeah, it's an efficient defense. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it is like
about
a better...
as efficient as it can be,
Yeah.
Well, he's got the ground locked down with the tanks there and whatnot, but there's just not enough for the air.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Now
Finally,
we're
Void's
broken,
starting to break through. He's going to start killing some turrets. And I do think this is just a matter of time until we have our ace match. Who did you pick to win this in the fantasy bracket?
I'm pretty sure I did pick SharkBot.
Did you pick SharkBot too?
Yeah. Let me double check.
We might be wrong though.
I still don't know
BenBot's
because
still looking strong. He's doing.
Oh,
his
actually,
best
I did pick BenBot. I'm wrong.
You did pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll see still.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of back and forth. This is a hard one to choose. These are very evenly matched bots here, and both so good at swatting down the cheese. They both held the other's respective cheese very efficiently, and it just got them into such a good spot. Yeah, no, pretty much an unwinnable spot or unlosable spot both games. But actually, SharkBot's air army is starting to get a little cleaned up here. What's going on?
Like, he's not really replacing as well as I would have thought.
On how many bases he got? 7?
Yeah, there comes
8?
Mama. Yeah.
Okay, he's got the Mama ship. All right, that'll help a little bit.
Like, once you add in, like 3 Thors, and he's never actually, like, broken this front. Like, we've talked about this being a magnet. And it really is. It's just drawing so much attention, and it's such a futile place to attack.
Well, isn't this composite mech, this mech Thor battlecruiser composition is the most cost efficient in the game? If you can get up to that big mech, right? Because the Thors have that range to take out all the big heavy air units. Battlecruisers can just absorb a ton of damage. It's one of the more, you can repair it all. Yeah, it's definitely one of the better late game compositions, which it's actually turning around here. The supply
it really is a whole lot.
Don't tell me SharkBot's throwing this.
We'll have to see what BenBot does to attack, but he's definitely, like, we're even.
Yeah, this was SharkBot's game to win here, and it has slipped out of his fingers a little bit.
Like, I want to get a kill, if we can, get a kill count on these Thors.
Well, they've got to have a ton.
Like 7 on that one, 20 on that one, 11 on that one, and it's like 11 like Tempests. Like
they're not
it's
cheap
the big
units.
stuff.
They're not Zerglings or Zealots. They're the big expensive things that are hard to
and you've got these Vikings just raining down, and this is just I mean, we talked about this bunker bait and like how everyone's drawn to this location, but that's exactly what happened. They just
it works.
They wouldn't let go of like the turrets and bunkers up front there. There's the mothership that's oddly still alive.
Oh no,
it'll
dead.
Go down. Yeah,
it is done. Oh, SharkBot.
He's making another one too.
What are you doing? You had it.
Now we do still have to have BenBot move out and do damage because, you know, as much as it looked like it was over before, it's certainly not totally back the other way. BenBot's only on the 3 bases. The main is obviously going to be mined out already, but he's up against what do we got? 7 bases. So SharkBot's going to have the income where he doesn't, unless he's going to continue to expand. And unless he clears his base out, there isn't anywhere to expand.
Yeah, I know, every other base is pretty much taken. All but the bottom left there. Man, these Thors have been the real MVPs.
Yeah.
Stalker's finally kind of coming in to help support the Tempest, so the Tempest don't get gunned down so quickly by them. But there's still 2 tanks on the high ground, which are just going to eviscerate everything on the ground here. The Stalkers, the Disruptors, they don't stand a chance. Man, this is such a good defensive position. We were talking about how good it would have been for SharkBot, but this has actually been better for BenBot, having this kind of weird position where the air units, you know, they can push in and pull out and all that, but they've just been taking so many shots from the Thors and the turrets.
Yeah.
Now these
But he
tanks
does
are
have to
getting a lot
go
of
down.
kills.
I'm getting concerned with just the resource count, though, because he really does have to clear this out.
Yeah,
He
BenBot's
can't
starting to
take the
run out of
bottom
money,
base.
yeah.
I assume in that bottom left-hand corner, I assume that's like cannons or something, blocking it. So this really is the only base.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of Thors have really died. We're only down to a couple Thors at this point. They're going to get another carrier and a couple more Stalkers, even another Tempest if the Tempest comes back this way.
Just finish it. Finish the base.
So, yeah, I guess it's really going to be, does SharkBot have enough to just keep flooding and eventually win the war of attrition? It is looking that way. Finally, SharkBot does turn the supply back around into his favor. And with all those bases, it's very costly, and SharkBot is trading pretty horribly, but he can afford it at this point. Where BenBot, yeah, like you said, BenBot's starting to not be able to. BenBot's almost dry.
Yeah, and SharkBot is continuing to get upgrades. Yeah, continuing to pump out a lot. Yeah, I think we're just hitting that low economy. Although BenBot has not a bank, but he's got money,
got
and
a
he's
little
not
money.
quite
He could build
spending
like a
it.
battle cruiser, but
Well, he's not
yeah.
making. Like, if you look, there's just Marines being made right now, and I don't know. He's not making other Thors or anything.
The big Vikings and whatnot too. He has a lot of gas, but it's the mineral bank that's really
Yeah, because I expected
starting
this
to
to
hurt.
be like 6 Thors on the ground by now, but it's not.
Well, they keep getting picked off because they'll come down here
Yeah,
like this,
yeah.
1 or 2 at a time, and they'll get a couple good kills here or there, but then they eventually die because they're not getting prepared, they're not going back home.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, this base is still alive.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It was like if the Thors had just turned and shot at once, it would have been gone, but
Yeah.
they're there.
Well, there's been enough
Vikings
here
will
to
come
distract
clear
them
now.
to keep them busy.
Oh, there's
Ooh,
a
juicy
big-
Rupture Shot
big
only gets 1
disruptor.
point.
Yeah, we'll take it out. Now just kill the damn Nexus.
This game has lasted a lot longer than I thought it
Yeah.
would.
Oh, yeah,
to be
way.
honest.
Yeah, I think we're just going to hit a point, though, unfortunately, where BenBot's going to just mine out.
Well, how much does he have left? Is he just have that 3rd mining? Yeah, the natural's pretty much
Yeah.
dry. Even the 3rd's pretty much
Yeah,
dry.
so we're
So
near.
as soon as
nearing the
those
end of
minerals
this.
run out, yeah, that will be the tipping point. Because look at the production tab for SharkBot. Carriers, Stalkers, Disruptors, Voids, Phoenix,
Yeah,
Link,
so much
Armor,
more. Yeah,
Attack.
so
He's
much
just
more
got
efficient, but
money.
he's got 2.5. Well, yeah, 2.5
got
times
the
more
bases.
bases than. Yeah, that's it. You're up against 8 bases.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, unless he was like perfectly cost efficient. But
Yeah.
I think our most cost efficient bot's probably Ketroc, right?
Quite possibly. Ketroc
He
has
really
won a
takes-
lot of games, without losing a unit.
Yeah.
I think we almost saw that in the first series. I think there was a game where like only 1 or 2 adepts was lost to like a spine crawler. Yeah. So this is definitely the
it.
least cost efficient thing ever, but it's gonna work just because he's got so much money.
Yeah, war of attrition. You don't have to fight well. You just have to have more than the other guy.
Yeah.
And here we go. Yeah, okay, this should be pretty much it. The minerals are at 0 there and barely coming in for BenBot. So he'll be able to get a Marine here or a Viking there. But barely even that. And yeah, this is going to eventually go to SharkBot, which means we will get our ace match, Endersword.
Yeah, and I don't know which way it'll go.
Okay, well, so BenBot lost, so he's not going to cheese, right? I don't think BenBot's going to cheese again.
Presumably.
And
Yeah.
SharkBot won, so does SharkBot do the same thing? Is the question.
Maybe.
Or does SharkBot
And I
have
feel like
another
if he
build
does
for
the
game
same thing, but this is such a map dependent scenario
three? This really did feel like a map.
that it's really hard to know. here. So he's kind of broken out here.
I know
Another
SharkBot's
Nexus is
got a
going
few
to come down.
builds, so-
Yeah.
This is my base. I am taking it.
Yeah.
I will have a Nexus here. All right, yeah, there's the SCV's last stand here. They've got one Thor to fight for them, but it will not be enough. A couple Marines popping out still, but all right, well fought. BenBot definitely came back better and lasted a lot longer than I thought he would after that failed proxy barracks. But nice build out of SharkBot, just very aggressive. Takes those forward bases, which it's another smart strategy because you're not only getting earlier resources, you're stealing your opponent's resources on their side of the map that they want to eventually move down and take. So if you start there, even if you lose that base after mining it for a little bit, it's like, okay, I still got all my bases back on my side of the map that haven't been touched, so
Exactly.
I'm in a better spot. So it's a nice build, a nice strategy. I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to deal with it. It just,
There we go.
very map dependent that it's like this 3-level entrance into the base where he's essentially, you're in a position where you feel you're winning, but you're surrounded by yourself. Like, he's trying to attack in the middle of a big concave, essentially, on 3 different levels. So it just doesn't work. Very inefficient, but wins.
All right, well, it did win, and we're going to go to game 3 because of it. Yeah, I like the little tag text. Maybe the units are just playing tag, like tag. Yeah. Maybe that's all it is.
Yeah.
All it is. All right, game number 3 is getting loaded up here. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining us. We're going to talk again a little bit more about the season, what to expect. We'll take a look at our bracket and our fantasy brackets. A lot more tomorrow during post-bots. So if you're in the Crown Club, come join us in the Discord. Come hang out while we do that live. Same time, same place, just here tomorrow night. And you can catch it, the VOD of that, on Saturday if you're not able to join us. And again, that is just for our Crown Club. So check out all the links below. See how you can support ESChamp. And there's no way we're waiting 2 minutes for game 3. That can't be right.
Seems way too long. It
That
says,
can't be right.
240 something. No.
2 minutes?
No deal.
You expect us to wait 2 whole minutes in this day and age of instant gratification? I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think
Ridiculous.
so, mister.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about something for 2 minutes, I guess.
So, well, let's watch 37 TikToks while we're waiting.
No. Let's watch your bunnies. Have you made any TikToks of your bunnies?
I have not. Maybe I should. I don't know where
Can
they
we see them? Are they there?
They were here.
Oh. Endersword has 2
got away.
cute pet bunnies in case anybody
They
wonders
got
what
away.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll see them later.
That's it. I've named them. I never usually name my pets. I just always call them Bunny. But now that I got 2, I gave them names. So it's Cloud and Eris from Final Fantasy.
All right. Good
7.
names.
Yeah.
I like it.
One of them. Cloud is the white one, so I figure that makes sense.
That sounds racist. No, I'm just kidding.
It does. It is.
That's why you named it.
He also has this really big sword. I don't know why.
That would be a cute little bunny cosplay. Put a big sword on his back and spike the front of his hair up a little. Be a cute bunny cosplay. All right.
If you can see him.
Oh, there's one. I see one.
There's one.
Very cute. All right, little zerglings running around Endersword's place, essentially. All right, so we got just about a minute here. We're going to dive into Game 3. Once again, make sure you check out all the stuff below. If you're a new bot author, as we do have 3 new qualifying bot authors this season, go check out all our resources. We love getting new bot authors here every season, and it's totally attainable. For the past, 4 or 5 seasons, we've had new bot authors qualifying, and there's 2 ladders now on AIarena.net where you can qualify from the main ladder, or they also have more of a practice ladder if you just want to get your feet wet and start programming and seeing how things go. But a great community, a lot of really helpful people over there, and they just started again a new season within the last day or so, I think it was. So go check that out at AIarena.net. You can follow along. A lot of the bots, all these bots you see here, are over there, and you can check out their live Twitch
That's
stream.
how they got here.
That is how they got here. Yes, there is more than ProBots. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, go check them out. Awesome community there. Well, let's go ahead and dive into game number 3. We are ready to see who will move on. Will SharkBot or BenBotBC be able to stay in the upper bracket? Let's find out.
Blossiers.
BenBotBC.
SharkNices.
SharkBot.
The poll is very even, slightly in favor of BenBot. Again, these two bots are very, very closely matched. So this could go either way. And it looks like SharkBot is going to stick with the winning build from last game and just kind of attempt it again here. Well, at least the start of it's the same. We'll see if it pans out exactly the same. And yeah, BenBot, he learned his lesson. Neither of these bots can be cheesed.
Yeah.
They have both learned the hard way. And now we're just going to get a standard game out of both of them. So we're going to really see what these two are capable of here. So I imagine we're just going to see BenBot work into his traditional battle cruisers, you think?
Possibly. If we end up with like a battle cruiser versus like Tempest thing, that'll be interesting. It's an interesting map for air as well. So we'll see. But it interesting that he's still got the Forge.
Yeah, it's just playing. It's safe.
As
It's
well.
a safe build.
Yeah,
It's almost Wings of Liberty, Forge Fast Expand.
Yeah.
Kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So wait, your rabbits eat their own poop? I thought that was just
They
like
do
my dog,
sometimes.
or my dog.
They do sometimes for some reason. Yeah.
My chickens do that too. Actually, it's just an animal thing. Animals are weird.
Yeah.
Hey, if you really think there are humans that probably do that too, you know, it's
Probably. Might be.
and
I don't know.
Drek might have a weird fetish.
I feel like someone did that recently on Twitch.
Eat poop.
Yeah.
Ew.
You know, I don't know if you follow any of those. You know, the
I
like
don't
the
watch
Ella
Twitch
stuff.
streams anymore.
Miskiff has a roommate, Emiru, who owns like 8 bunnies, and someone, E-Rob's girlfriend, ate one or something. Like ate like a little poop nugget, like on air.
Yeah, well, that's Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch streamers. It
That's
can
it.
either make you wildly successful or just
That's what it is.
bring you to the
That's-
point you're eating shit on stream.
Yeah, I basically just gave everyone a summary of the just chatting section
Yeah, that's
on
pretty
any
much what goes on
any given day. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, we are here on YouTube, thank goodness. No more of that Twitch stuff. And we are here on Blackburn for our Game 3. No degenerates in this game, just 2 non-cheesing bots that don't eat their own poop. And they're going to play a nice standard game here. Forge is up, Cannon's up, third base already about to be placed down for SharkBot. So things panning out just very standardly. I'm really surprised to see no cheese, honestly, in this game.
Yeah.
And there's the bunker magnet. Ooh, this is a good map for this one too. We've seen this. Oh no, this is because this is similar. This map, this layout is kind of similar to, what was that? Oh my gosh. what's the-
Golden something,
Golden
wasn't
Wall.
it?
Yeah.
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 Golden Wall.
Just this spot right here that we're looking at specifically.
Yeah.
Kind of that
Yeah, it's a
ramp
very
down with
similar
that stuff in
design.
the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of comes over into this base. All right. Zealot's gonna get absolutely cleaned up here. Wow, they really only care about the probe. Okay.
Yeah. Priorities.
Priorities right now. And actually, this is great for the Zealot because the Marines get caught in the slow zone. And as the probe gets out of range, though, they will be able to turn around
Turn on.
and clean it up.
It was all an elaborate trap.
I kind of get the logic behind that, though, because you do really want to stop pylons or shield batteries or something like that from coming down. So if you kill the probe, you can really take the wind out of a Protoss push sometimes. You know, if they're relying on those proxy.
Yeah,
pylons or
definitely. It
something like
does
that.
make sense. You're right. Like, particularly since it has clearly strong anti-proxy, anti-cheese stuff to prioritize that. Yeah, definitely does make sense.
Nothing more dangerous than a rogue probe in your base that you don't know about. You know, puts pylons, cannons, all sorts of stuff in your main that you don't want. All right, Zealot number 2 gonna come across. We'll be able to kill an SCV and maybe a Marine. We're gonna have a little slow-mo chase
he
here.
juked
I like
around.
the
He
the
used-
slows.
I feel like he's now using the probes to bait the
Yeah, it
Baked the
felt
Marine.
like it there a little
Yeah,
bit, didn't it?
yeah.
This looks good. Oh,
Oh,
gets a
at
Marine.
least-
Takes
at
a
least he
Marine
got
with
him.
him.
At least he got him.
Take somebody with you when you go down. I really like the slow zones. I think they've added some fun dynamics. It's a very small thing. Like it doesn't really, drastically alter battles, but it can make for some fun mechanics. All right, defenses are set up. BenBot is going to stick on 2 bases for the time being. While SharkBot looking to take a 4th. Yeah, he likes to get that cannon and robo kind of out here towards the 4th.
Yeah, the robo being
Barbecue.
forward is interesting.
So you can get the
'cause this
Immortals
is-
to the front line quicker.
Yeah, I
would
guess
imagine,
it's
right?
to reduce the travel time. It just kind of
Travel time for
feels like it
observers.
puts it in harm's way is all.
Oh, it's super in harm's way. Absolutely. It's like one of the first things that the Terran's going to kill with tanks or something like that. But yeah, I get the idea behind it. Yeah, you want your observers out quicker at the front line or something like that. Or even Immortals. Oof. Wait, what is that symbol? Is that the cloak symbol? In the chat? What is that?
Oh yeah.
It's too. My screen's too blurry. I
cloak.
can't see what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, did he do that because of the? Oh no, wait. Did he see something with
I'm
this
not sure what he
hallucination?
saw.
What did he see?
He might have seen.
Oh, the Widow Mine's
Widow
burrowed.
Mines,
I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
I bet the Widow Mine's burrowed.
Yeah, because it doesn't know difference.
Yeah. Cloaked, burrowed, same thing. Same freaking thing. All right, we have the battle cruisers about to be in production. That fusion core, so close to being done. The Oracle gets spotted and does not succeed in throwing down its stasis ward, trying to get some workers, but nothing there to
Indeed.
get, unfortunately.
The fleet beacon will finish almost the exact same time the fusion core did. So the
That's nice.
first BC is in production, but we don't have a capital ship yet for our Protoss.
Well, he's getting the Void Ray speed, so he's just going to get Void Rays again first, right? I would imagine.
Which is probably good. Like
I think that's the better choice,
against
honestly.
the BC is probably the better choice. There's at least one under production.
Yeah, well, he's got the Void Ray speed on the way, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they're kinda
Tempests are
something you
great,
have
but
to-
they need
Yeah.
they need stuff to defend them, right? Like
Yeah.
Void Rays and
Yeah,
Phoenix.
it's not going to be good in a one-on-one. The Void Rays, a few of them can roast a BC down.
Yeah.
So that's the better thing for now.
All right. Well, things are gonna heat up here a little bit. Finally,
Oh,
the
like
Oracle will
this.
get a. Oh, he's
Gonna
gonna
get a
get some
good
workers too.
stasis.
Nice. It's a handful of workers there. 3. Looks like.
Good.
I'll take it.
I like the utility, other than that part where he died,
Other than the
died
part
for
where he
no
died, yeah.
reason. Because I was just gonna say that like the Oracle it's often one of those things that you'll make in the early game, and then as a human player, you just don't have the time resources to do much
To
about it.
micro it.
Like
dude,
to micro it. But as a bot, you can always be perfectly controlling it. This is a pretty good setup here. I feel like this is what he tried to do last time, because he's got a cannon off to the other side as well, but it wasn't there in time, or like in the first game, I mean.
Yeah, that's a nice. These are great little setups with the shield
Yeah.
battery and cannon. That's going to buy a lot of time and slow the BCs down to allow the Void Rays to get there, to stop workers from dying, that kind of thing. And in this case, it forced the battlecruiser completely home. It used its teleport and couldn't get out any other way. So, Oracle's not quite doing so good this game. A little unfortunate. A couple more in production though. He's going to stick with it. They do have, again, like you said, nice utility if they can be microed perfectly.
Yeah, do indeed, and yeah, he continues to make them. Yamato
Bases.
is finishing up.
This is where SharkBot takes over the whole map, yeah?
Yeah, and I think this is where BenBot can do with being a lot more aggressive in taking bases. So he is going to take a 4th at least, so we're going to be okay on that, and he will deny this base.
Wow,
Oh,
really?
and
SharkBot really wants
SharkBot
that
really
base.
wants it, so that's going to be interesting as well. He's actually got a pretty sizable little army here.
Yeah,
Just
there's not
in
a lot in defense
yeah.
for our Protoss, is there?
yeah.
Where is
Yeah,
the
with-
Protoss's army? Is this it? Cannons and a
He
Tempest?
just, with no effort, he's just tripled his army. Like, yeah, he just hasn't made a lot. And now this is where the whole "why is your infrastructure over here"
Yeah.
sort of thing may come into play. There's still a good amount of stuff he's got to get through, though. But yeah, we're starting to get damage done to these cannons. The shield battery has got to be empty.
This isn't a big investment from them.
Yeah, I don't even think this was intended to be an attack. Like, not a real one.
happens to be doing well.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
like, oh, there's not anything here to defend but a Tempest and an Oracle with no energy.
Yeah.
Might as well
So
push
we'll
in.
get
It will
we'll
get
get cleaned up, but I think he's done enough to justify the basically purely mineral cost of that.
Ooh, Hellion getting some kills there, getting some probes, looks like, at the north base. Ooh, might even get a High Templar. That'd be a nice pickoff. Really prioritizing probes.
Oh, he's
come
running
on.
away.
Oh,
You
get
know.
it. High Templar might live to.
At least he
storm
knows the
another day.
base is up there now. That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, BenBot. And BenBot
Oh,
is
he's
able
going
to get a
back.
fourth this time around. The fourth last time was never a thing for BenBot. So we're getting into the late game, Endersword.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And denying the too close, like he's not going to get the base in the top left there, like the odd facing one.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be contention here, so he'll be able to take that fifth at least, probably later on.
See, this could be a problem. Again, last game, SharkBot was able to throw a lot of units just nonstop at BenBot because BenBot was really stuck on those three bases. That is not the scenario this game. BenBot has traded, with how efficiently he trades and with the economy he now has.
Yeah.
This could be a big problem for SharkBot. This will
Yeah,
get pushed
we're in,
back.
and we're in that double BC production phase.
Yeah.
Which often, what was a problem in the last game is BenBot also wasn't producing enough fast enough. He didn't have enough production buildings to keep up with it because he never got to BC, and I think he must reserve, essentially economy for that. Here we got the Yamato going down.
Yeah, no, these BCs are just
Yeah.
cleaning up everything. They killed so much on the ground. There were Immortals, High Templars, Zealots. They were just shooting anything as they were flying away from that fourth base. So the battle cruisers are getting a lot of efficiency this game.
Yeah, and again, I feel fairly quietly he's almost quadrupled the army supply here. We got 95
Nice
to
teleport.
29 now.
And this is so smart. Going home, repairing, so strong. Such a good feature for the battle cruisers. If they can go home, repair, it's so much cheaper than trying to build a new one. And just going to get that money's worth, baby.
Indeed. Now, Hellions. He's choosing to defend against the Hellions with a High Templar. Like he warped that in for them.
Well, in the past, when there was Kydera and amulets, you
Yeah.
could do that and have a storm available right away. Not the case anymore,
No.
unfortunately. All right, well, the battle cruiser's coming in. There are a couple of Tempests here, but not a lot to support them. One Stalker, one Archon, which are already hightailing it out of there. Oh, Stalker does blink back in, but it's going to die. Marines catching the retreat a little bit. Are going to do a little bit of damage. They get cleaned up by the Archon, but the Archon will fall. And there's just not enough anti-air here. The battle cruisers,
Yeah.
relatively uncontested. Yeah, there's a Stalker.
Yeah,
a
and he's now
Sentry,
adding
that's
3
not
at a
good.
time. Yeah, and he can always jump out the damage one. We're going to end up with like a fairly endless cycle of Yamatos too on the Tempests that come out.
Oh man, BenBot, I think, is doing it. He's got maxed out supply pretty much. Upgrades are looking good for both the bots, but look at all these battle cruisers. Boom goes the Tempest with
That
the
was overkill.
overdoing it with the Yamato, but a glorious explosion that was. Yeah, raise your hand in the chat if your bracket is getting
Yeah.
ruined by BenBot here. My hand is raised.
Yeah, this was enough of a coin flip that I didn't remember who I voted for
Oh, yeah, no, this
until
is
I
a
looked.
close match.
But yeah,
Yeah, you had BenBot, right? So you
I had
guessed
BenBot,
correctly.
so I think it'll be. But either way, I have. I think next week, then him losing to Ketroc. I think it
Yeah,
is.
we can see how that one goes. I think I have Ketroc going to the top 4, as usual. Because he in the past 4.
Or, sorry,
seasons,
losing
he's
to
been top 4.
-0. I
Oh,
mean,
losing to
of course.
-0. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine me's got ruined. Well done, BenBot. Way to screw everybody's brackets up here.
Yeah.
But seriously, a very close matchup. This was
Yeah, I'm
incredibly
curious
neck
this
and neck.
time around. So we've got about 15 entries, I think, now. And I think the last time around, like 7 people had a perfect bracket until like the 4th week.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious this time how many will be done the first day. Or like not perfect the first day.
Oh, well, yeah, we're going to, again, take a much closer look at our fantasy brackets and talk a bit more about that fun tomorrow in PostBots. So, yeah, for our Crown Club, come check that out and let's talk fantasy brackets. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, again, this is shaping up to be our most competitive season to date.
Oh yeah.
Where we're gonna, I think we're gonna see a lot of matches like this, where you just aren't gonna be able to predict accurately anymore. A lot of the time. So.
Yeah, I agree, and I think we're gonna get so many more going to
There's
late game. There's a nice storm. Yeah.
Got all the Marines there. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's just not enough. Double the supply for BenBot. 17 army supply. Sorry, I got the hiccups. So excited for ProBots is giving me the hiccups.
I think too, between BenBot and the way Ketroc's bot works and stuff, we're almost seeing the rise of the patient bot.
Yeah,
yeah,
we kind of are.
The bot that just slowly
that can survive the cheese.
Yeah,
and,
not
the
even
heavy
worried
hits.
about taking out or killing objectives necessarily, but just live and do what you're gonna do and win fights, and eventually you can kill things.
Eventually, your army will be big enough after taking good fights that you'll just be able to.
Yeah.
No longer. Well done, though. Well done, BenBot. You will move on in the upper bracket. SharkBot getting knocked down to that lower bracket here and screwing up. Oh.
Indeed, a real.
Nope,
We'll get-
not authorized to edit. I don't change my predictions.
Oh yeah, I assume we locked it down.
Yeah, you locked it. No fun. All right, so we're
Indeed.
gonna be
But yeah.
wrapping that up. There we go. BenBot will take the win. Yeah, I'm just looking at the brackets here. So SharkBot gets knocked down here, and we will not know his opponent until next week when we do our lower half of this round of 16.
Yeah.
Be a good time. All right, so we are going to do a quick little break here, but before we do that, let's go ahead and shout out our Crown Club. Do we have a Crown Club member shout out ready? We do have a new production guy running the show. He's doing a great job so far. So everybody send him some love. We've got Kaiser. Is that how it's pronounced? Kaiser? Kaiser? Like Kaiser roll?
Yeah.
Kaiser. Okay,
Kaiser?
yeah, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here. He's keeping things running smooth here. So everybody say thanks to him and welcome him to ESChamp.
Indeed.
But do we have a Crown Club shout out? Is that a button we have ready to? Thank you, Sean Larson, for your support. Again, you all in the Crown Club have really helped to make ProBots what it is and everything at ESChamp what it is. And we're very happy and very proud of what we're bringing you. So we're glad that you all enjoy it so much. We've got more to come. We've got 2 more best of 3s tonight that we're going to be taking a look at. And we'll do more voting. There was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was now. That's all right. If it was important, it would have come up.
Exactly.
That's how if I forget it, it must not have been important. But no, yeah, thank you. Check out everything on YouTube. We got a lot of fun little features, a lot of ways to support ESChamp. And hopefully in the future, maybe this year, fingers crossed, things keep going well, that we might be able to do a live finals. So
Maybe.
Stay tuned for that. Priority seating, of course, for our Crown Club, and you get all sorts of cool little perks and stuff. You get to come hang out with us. What more could you want? I don't know.
That's about it. It's about all people want in life.
That is it.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after the break, we have got Ketroc and one of our new bots, Caninana, going up Terran versus Zerg. And we will also have, who else did we have after the break there? MicroMachine versus Dovahkiin. MicroMachine, I was just looking at, again, all the stats. MicroMachine is the only bot to be in every single season, including those Kings of the North ones. He's got close second, though, Tier with 10 appearances. And that's my prediction. I think Tier's going to win the whole
Tier's
thing.
going to take it. Tier
And-
does have a tendency of, like, there was one season where he didn't do well, like went out in like the second round, and then he just came back, and it was like clearly with the attitude of like, I don't care if I'm cheesing, I don't care what I'm doing, I just win, and that's what he did. So,
I'm pretty confident in my vote there because he has the same amount of top 4 finishes as MicroMachine. They both have 6 top 4 finishes in ProBots history, and he's gotten first place in season 1 the last 2 years. And here we are in season 1 of 2022. I think it's Tier's win.
There you go.
Can't
Moneyball
deny
with it.
the records there. All right, we're going to do a quick break, and then we'll talk more about what's going on here at ESChamp. Thank you all for tuning in to Season 1, Day 1 of 7 here on ProBots. We've got a lot more games coming your way, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you once again for tuning in to ESChamp's ProBots. We are kicking off this year with Season 1, and we have already just had 2 very, very good best of 3s.
We have.
Great way to kick off the season here. Some really fun, cheesy games, really close matchup. We've already got some new bots going at it. This is going to be a great season. Again, this is going to go for the next 7 weeks, and then we will have our grand finals after that. So make sure you check out our forum so you can stay up to date with everything going on here, and keep up to date with our community nights. We do fun game nights from time to time. We do post bots now, where we'll talk about our games a little bit more. That's tomorrow night again. If you're in the Crown Club, come check that out, please, and have a good time. Yeah, that's all I had for the moment. Well, what are you most excited for this season, Undersword?
I think the games where people play StarCraft, where the bots
That is a good part.
play another
But
bot.
now, do you mean the human versus bots?
Well,
'Cause
that
that's-
part too. That part's usually good, but this part's good as well.
Like this
where
part better?
where the bots play against each other. That I feel that you need the tension of that for the whole season, then leads people to anticipate to the humans playing them,
Yeah.
and then
that's
we
a good
get
way
to
look
see
at
the
it.
winner of this. So really, the entire process is pretty good.
Yeah, we do a
I
pretty
think
good
so.
job. I like it.
Yeah.
And you can all thank Drexama for that. He is the true mastermind behind all of this. He doesn't like to show his face. He's such a humble guy.
Yeah.
He just likes to hide in the shadows and make things look as good as possible. But make sure you send him some love. Drexama has just been doing a phenomenal job
Yeah.
for the past 3 years, 3+ years.
Yeah.
Just
That's
become a
it.
Patreon if you really
become a
want to
Patreon.
show your thanks. He
That's
says.
it. I think he's just scared to show his face on camera ever since he shaved his eyebrows off.
Yeah, no, they didn't grow back. They just
No.
never came back.
Not in
You
time.
did it once and
No. Yeah.
those damn eyebrows. All right, we're getting our next match loaded up here, everybody. We've got another best of 3. Now this is one I think people are going to be pretty excited for. Ketroc versus Caninana. Ketroc always seems to bring a crowd. He's got a lot of fans rooting for him, and he's doing very, very well over on the AI Arena ladder. He's keeping up with -0, with MicroMachine, with all these top bots that are just dominating. And just look at that ELO. Look at that.
Yeah.
So good.
Killer.
Right up at the top. But yeah, no, he's definitely a contender to win the whole thing. He's gotten 1 first place win, but he's had 4 top 4 finishes.
Yeah.
And all in the last 4 seasons. So I have him going into the top 4 this season as well.
Yeah.
I think it's
He is finished. I think that's one of the more. He's finished in the top 4. I think 80% of the time.
all but once.
Yeah, all but once,
His
which
like
I think was the
first
first-
season he
yeah.
didn't or something, but then after that it was just crushing.
Yeah.
But no, we do have a new bot here as well. Caninana has a decent little ELO there. What do we know about our pit viper? Again, that is I forget what language. It's Portuguese, I think.
That
I think it was
sounds right.
Portuguese. Sounds
Sounds right because it kind of trails off at the end.
right. Caninana.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
exactly.
it looks like he's got a Ling, Roach, and Hydra playstyle. So more
I
of
feel like we
the-
could have at least used a picture of a snake.
Oh, did we just have the generic bot?
We
picture?
just got the little bot guy.
So
yeah.
easy. Didn't
I
submit
know,
a
but
picture.
you
No,
can
that's-
just
that's on him.
Google the word Drek.
I had to Google. I googled it because I had to figure out how to pronounce it,
Yeah.
and that's how I learned. But no, it looks like he's got an earlier to mid game style. A little bit of a low APM, he says, but good defenses and tries to macro. So again, going for that late game, and we're at that point of ProBots where you almost have to be able to get into that late game, kind of like we saw last series. All games kind of got up into that almost late game scenario, especially game 3 there. And we just see that more and more often these days. So
Yeah, I think that's where I think it's more the case that bots that are really good know how to stall to that point. Like that they're not going to lose to the early cheeses as much anymore, and they can hold out. Like that's what Eris was really good at. And it was really only like the super, super good adept micro that broke that. So there's not much. Like your cheese can't just be cheese anymore. It has to be like super high skilled cheese.
yeah, oh for sure.
sometimes worker rushing, but even then it's super high skilled worker rushing.
Hey, that's the best worker rushes you'll ever see here on ProBots.
Yep.
All right, I believe we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and dive into our first game of our next best of 3: Ketroc versus Caninana, a Terran versus Zerg, or your viewing pleasure. Let's go.
Ketrocs.
Loud.
Ketroc.
Ratoshes.
Caninana.
All right, yeah, get your snacks, everybody. Get comfortable.
Indeed. I don't know whether the stats that Ketroc spit out at the beginning of this are real.
I wasn't reading
But
what
it put up like the builds that it was going to pick from. But if it was giving win-loss records, it was like, I'm 0-99 with this build, I'm 2-99 with this one, but I'm 2-0 with this one, so I'm going to pick that.
It's better to go with the 2-0 record than the 0-99 one.
Yeah, probably.
That's for sure. Anyone else hungry for a banana? Do you like bananas, Endersword? What's your favorite fruit?
Raspberries
Ooh, that's a good one.
are a really good fruit.
I like blueberries. I think blueberries are my favorite.
Blueberries are pretty good too.
Or plums. Plums are right up there too.
But I don't think I do like bananas.
I'm not a big banana fan. I do have, if I ever make a smoothie, smoothies need a banana. I think a banana adds a lot to a smoothie. A little sweetness, a little consistency. But just to eat a banana, yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I got. All right, here we are on Glittering Ashes. Now that we know what our favorite fruits are, yeah, let us know in chat what your favorite fruit is.
Yeah, it's
It's
important.
good. Important.
We'll
I
create
actually
a
just made-
bracket.
Huh?
Let's create a fruit bracket.
Fruit bracket. Ooh,
And
we
we'll-
are gonna.
we'll
So we are
figure it
gonna
out.
be doing some rankings in PostBots. You know that
Yeah.
tier ranking website that you love so
That's it.
much.
Yeah, that's it. You know
we
I
should
love
do
the
that,
tier
but
ranking.
with fruit.
All right.
We'll do that
That's
tomorrow
good.
on PostBots. We're gonna.
Because
rank-
I
we're gonna
can
rank
like
fruit.
I can like rank Star Wars characters for like 3 hours and I'm happy.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is
So,
technically a Roomba. That is a cleaning
That
bot.
is a Roomba.
AKA,
That's
they
it.
just couldn't get the name. They would have to pay Roomba a lot of money.
That's it. See, I've got a knockoff Roomba. It's called like an Oofy or something. But it follows the rabbits around because they do poop everywhere.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, well let's take a look at what's going on here. We do have a very passive opening. That's why we're okay to chit chat here.
Indeed.
But yeah, we've got Ketroc doing his usual two base little opening. Marines. We've seen a lot more Marines out of Ketroc. Every season, it seems like he starts leaning into the Marine builds a little bit more. He used to, be all mech, and now we're seeing a little smattering of Marines here and there, and they do help out, as you can see there.
They're powerful.
Getting an Overlord kill, they just help in the early game a lot.
Yeah.
So it's a good call,
Yeah,
and yeah, nice little bunker placement, kind of like we see from Dominion Dock. Is just gonna provide that extra bit of security he needs.
Yeah, I think what's kind of happens meta-wise is a lot of bots that tend to be very patient and sat back a lot have started to incorporate like an early non-committal push that is like, I think in Ketroc's case, like a few Marines, a tank, whatever. And we've seen very often in a lot of games a fairly unassuming early push like wins just because it's hitting at some time that's pretty good, but it's not a huge investment. Like it's not the focus of the build.
Well, kind
And
of
I
like we
think-
saw with that
yeah.
Marine squad last game against
Yeah,
against the Pro
exactly.
It
It's
just
yeah,
happened
very
to be able to
cheap,
come in. Yeah.
unassuming thing, and it comes in and does a lot of damage.
Not
and-
all in by any
yeah,
means.
Yeah. So hopefully get more of that. I know that like several seasons back, like one of your favorites, GenCBot, always had the issue where he would build up to like 150 supply before doing anything, and so bots just started to take advantage of that and being like, well, he's never going to push, so I'm just going to macro until it's time. So yeah, you make that risk when you don't go with any form of aggression. But
That's
both of them.
That's
pretty
for
fast.
planetary, right? That command center.
I would think so. Yes.
It's got to be planetary placement.
Yeah, I think that's to block both paths there.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just about, and then he'll end up getting that third base, I would imagine, after. Interesting, yeah, interesting placement. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go, the
all
Widow
right.
Mines, and this is what I like to see. We've seen Antibot play with Widow Mines to some great success. In the past few seasons, we've seen some really cool Widow Mine stuff. We'll see if
they're
Ketroc
gonna-
can make something happen here. Zergling's going to come around and actually catch the Marines before they can catch up, but the Widow Mine is going to be able to burrow. Ooh, does not hit the target at once. That one
Oh.
does!
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, second Widow Mine up a little further, gets the money shot. Now here we've got the attack, the real attack coming in. 6 Widow Mines going straight. Are they going to go straight to the mineral line? What's the plan? No, they're just going to try to start fighting, I guess. If they see a unit, they will burrow and kill it. That's the plan. Oh, the carnage, the
down.
mayhem.
Queen
A
down.
few drones. Could have gotten a few more drones probably there, but they're just going to be such a nuisance at this point. Because there's no lair, is there? No, it's on the way. No overseers for the next next minute or so.
Indeed. So they're there
Ooh, that's
for a
troublesome.
while. They're gonna refresh.
They're just sitting on the mines.
Yeah.
That is not
Yeah.
where you want to sit as a Zergling.
Boop.
Oh my goodness.
Boop.
Ugh. Or a roach. Yeah, as anything, you don't want to sit on an active minefield. Just general life
Yeah.
advice there, everybody.
true.
Don't sit in an active minefield. I'm just gonna give you that little bit for free. You're welcome. All right, yeah, Queen's gonna be able to absorb a little bit of damage here, but we really need it. There we go. Overseer's about to pop out. Okay, we really need to get that Overseer into action here. But Caninana, however you say it, is got third base up and running. Decent drone saturation, is a little bit behind on the workers, but it's really this army supply that has just been getting eviscerated by these Widow Mines. That's going to be a problem, because as soon as Ketroc gets his Ravens and Banshees and whatnot, they're going to be able to start putting on some heavy pressure here, and there's not a lot to deal with it, is there?
Yeah, there's
Ooh,
not.
another
This
good
is still
shot.
going to be doing, and he's getting them all out of here too.
Oh yeah, the Overseer comes in, the Widow Mine's like, oh crap, I
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah, so when they're in detection, I think they just retreat back and yeah, boom.
Nice, good shot there. Ooh, even using a turret,
Nice,
almost gets
yeah.
the Overseer. Overseer might fly back into that turret range. Ooh, there we go.
Nice. Gets another one down. That's probably a good pick off. This one basically going to dance around till it's reloaded.
And we were just talking about this a little bit last year, is how efficiently Ketroc bot trades. And this unit composition he has chosen is made for exactly that. The Widow Mines, to hide and just kill things that run past them. We've got the Ravens with their turrets, which are just free kills, essentially. If you get a kill with a Raven turret, that's free, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And he's lost none of those mines, as is pointed out there.
Yeah.
And basically
Great control.
like just kind of dominating this side of the map. It's really slowed down any creep spread that's come across, which bots are so good at doing. This Widow Mine's still there, just chilling, and there seems to be no concerns about it. There comes the Overseer, but
we
he's
saw
not
that,
bringing
this
anything.
has happened like 3 times where the
Yeah.
Overseer comes, the mine's like, oh, I gotta leave, but then it just is able to go back
Yeah.
as the Overseer leaves.
Yeah, and he's not sending anything with it to do anything about it. He just kind of.
Where's
Sends
we need Hydras or something.
Yeah,
here, right?
there's
okay, a couple on the way finally.
Oh, that's a crazy hiding spot. Somebody's going to exploit that. I don't know.
Oh, look
I'm
at that.
sure
You can
people
hide
have.
under the mineral.
Yeah, that's a
thing. Is
crazy
that, I
hiding
feel like
spot.
you shouldn't be able to walk there. Is that?
That feels like you
there?
shouldn't.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to walk there. Okay, Banshee's out. He can see it, but the Queens can't keep up, and the Banshee will be able to get out of there. Again, just being so efficient with his units. Ketroc with great control. This is a rough first bot to go up against. This is Caninana's first ProBots game here, and definitely a rough matchup to get against Ketroc. He's right up there with -0 and
Here comes
SharkBot, so.
the Widow Mine swarm again.
Oh,
Queen gonna
yeah,
drop.
Look at that field. Oh,
Boom. Just
that's
quit.
was
I
that
don't-
a
is
tap
that a-
out? What,
is that a crash or a
well,
quit?
so I was just reading something how it doesn't crash. Something with the client doesn't crash. Written because it's written in or something. Yeah, I don't know what that was. It was a crash. Okay, it was a crash. So even though Caninana had a 0% crash rate, it can happen.
Uh-huh.
And Ketroc will take game number 1. All
Yeah, I wonder what the trigger there was. There's usually something weird.
Oh yeah,
Well,
there's always
maybe I
something
can
weird
talk
at
to-
like what was the one like the Marine tried to build after a barracks lifted once or something. There was
Yeah.
weird things can cause a crash. Absolutely. We'll have to take a look tomorrow in PostBots. We will get some highlights and clips and figure out exactly what caused it. But game one will go to Ketroc. It was looking really in his favor anyway. Just the trades were so efficient.
Yeah.
Caninana was really having a hard time just getting the defense up, getting the Hydras out. Dealing with the Widow mines was just almost impossible at that point. There were so many mines. So many.
Yeah. Yeah, and add the Banshees, add the Vikings, everything. It was going to collapse on them.
Rough stuff. All right, well, it's an uphill battle for our Zerg player, but it is not impossible. We're going to see what happens in game number 2. We're getting that loaded up. We're going to be moving on to Hardwire, another one of our new maps this season. We did just see it last series. I haven't seen Glittering Ashes, really. I haven't seen a lot of games on that. I'm excited to see something there.
Yeah, it's a good map pool. I think
map.
some of them will give good games.
Yeah, big shout out as well to everybody. I know Laddie plays a part in it. Cryptius, Scarlet helps out making these maps work. Essentially, we do have to. They're custom tailored a little bit to work for our bots. So
That's
big
it,
shout out
yeah.
to everybody
You see
involved
there
there.
the AI edition added to each map.
So yeah, if you're looking to play against these bots, you do have to download these specific maps. I'm pretty sure there's a client somewhere out there where you can download and play against some of these bots, and we'll have a new one at the end of the season for our grand finals. We'll have hopefully some more bots this season to play against. We always have a decent handful, but we're starting. It seems like we're going to be hopefully getting more and more soon. Again, with all those people working behind the scenes to make all this work, none of this would be possible without you guys. So good job. Keep up the good work, y'all. Doing awesome. All right, we're going to dive into game number 2 here. We're just about ready. We're going to see if Ketroc can seal the deal or if Caninana will be able to turn things around and maybe deal with these Widow mines in game number 2.
Indeed.
Oh, I ended 2 seconds too early. Hold on, I'm buying time. Okay, go.
If you want this, come and get it. Yeah. If you want this,
Ketrocs.
Ketroc.
Bratoshes.
Caninana.
All right, so we're actually going to have, I was reading the chat there, a new app coming out to play against the bots at the end of the season. Cryptius, he will actually be joining us tomorrow in PostBots. He is one of the head figures over at AIarena.net, helping keeping things running smooth and making all this possible. So yeah, if you're able to come join us tomorrow, if you're in the Crown Club, come hang out in the Discord with myself, Endersword, Cryptius, Laddie will be there. And we're just gonna chit chat about the games that we're seeing tonight, and kind of what the plans are for the future, and what's going on over in their neck of the woods. They have a lot of exciting stuff as well for you bot authors. Nonstop turn ladder action, so you'll always be able to have a bot playing. Obviously, ProBots is just a couple times a year, a few times a year. So if you need more bots, if you need more,
Everyone
go
does.
check out. Everyone does. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Go check out
Yeah.
AIarena.net.
Yeah, I didn't know this till recently. Someone mentioned it in chat at the start of the show, but Harstem has recently played Eris.
Yeah, he
on
did a little
his,
video.
on his YouTube. Yeah, he's played it. He's watched a few of the games on his channel and so on.
Awesome.
So it's cool. That's cool if there's a new app to play.
Yeah, it's supposedly going to make it easier for the bots versus human games, which that is something we've always had a little bit of trouble making run smoothly.
Yeah, it's always been like, especially given that we've diversified to a lot more languages now.
Yeah.
like the Python stuff is generally
Well,
worked.
each
but
one's
like,
different. Yeah.
yeah, I've had a hard time like getting Ketrocs to work, given that it's on Java and so on, because you have to you have to install each of those things. So
Yeah.
often there were issues, but yeah, that's
Awesome.
good if it's more user friendly.
Very cool. Well, thank you for whoever's involved in that. That's awesome. I'm really excited then to see these bot versus human matches at the end of the year. This is going to be great. This is going to be our best season ever, I'm sure.
Indeed. So you got Ketroc chasing this Overlord with a barracks so that the 2 Marines can hunt it down.
Well, that's smart,
Nice-
yeah, in case the Overlord
nice
gets the high
effort.
ground or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Good effort there, and I'll just send it back. And it does cause a brief supply block there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that can hurt early game.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's painful. A couple Overlords will finish, though. So I guess Ketroc was supposed to do a Ghost build this time, but it did not. So we're just going to see the Widow Mines again. Hey, the Widow Mines are a very legitimate strategy. I like it. I am so glad we're finally seeing Widow Mines in all their glory. They're so strong. One of the harder things to deal with, I think, for a bot, to be honest, because it's not just like a static defense. It's a static defense that can get up and run, and it's a static defense that hides. Like, it's invisible until you have, detection, or it shoots half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Widow Mines are awesome. They're just great units.
Yeah, I think it throws. There's a few units too that I think throw the AI into a bit of confusion on how it's supposed to deal with things. So, like, if you're trying to attack like an army and then you throw in a few Widow Mines, which may trigger code meant to like scatter units, and like a disruptors like that too, or a few different things.
Yeah. So it forces them to run instead of fight.
Instead of standing and fighting, and then it's kind of got conflicting priorities, and I think that's always interesting.
Oh, nice little. Did you see that little mule attention to detail? I'm pretty sure Ketroc has it. So instead of doing that last mining where it drops the minerals, the mules being the
it just runs out.
Inefficient tools that they are, it just runs out with the minerals in hand. He has accounted for that, and he has them go quote unquote repair the bunker instead of mining that last little bit. And here we go, though. The salvage of the bunker is complete. The Widow Mine scuttling across the map. Ooh, we're gonna see some explosions.
We'll
Wait for it. Boom. There's one. Boom. There's another.
The OV. Second one is coming right down the middle here too. Let's see if that gets caught. He's gonna turn around, but okay, he's gonna miss him.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be nice if he saved those Widow Mine shots actually, because the 2 that shot did stay behind. It looks like, and so we're just gonna have 4.
They should refresh by the time they get there, but yeah, they're back. But
ooh, ships
okay,
passing in the night. The Zerglings aren't gonna see it. Oh, this is actually perfect. Ketroc could kill the roaches with the mines. I think that'd be better than the Zerglings. Boom, boom. He just kills everything.
Massacre.
Doesn't even. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, almost gets both queens too.
Barely living.
That was close. One more juicy Widow Mine shot, and they're done for. Again, just the problem of no detection. This is going to be the real death of our Zerg player here. Okay, finally.
He's
okay,
got the overseer.
Oh, okay,
they
good.
will. Where'd the other ones go? They turned around
Scatter.
totally. Yeah.
Run.
Okay, one will refresh. Yeah.
Oh, he's getting one of the queens. Oh, a transfuse does go off to save the other.
Where'd the overseer go?
Did it die? I think it died to the Widow Mines.
Did it?
Or either that, or
Okay,
it
he
went
must be
way to the
sending
right.
it some.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah, he just
didn't
went
lose
off
it.
to the right.
Yeah,
he abandoned his post.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's some
He doesn't-
interesting
it knows
overseer behavior.
Yeah, it knows to like do it to get the detection, but then it doesn't stay.
Well, he
We
gets the
saw that
detection,
last
yeah,
game.
goes and sees it, and is like, okay, I saw it, and then leaves. It's like, you gotta stay and detect.
So yeah, pretty good. That blunted any aggression. Obviously, that Caninana
Caninana.
is gonna have.
Caninana. Oh, Widow Mines really want this overseer. Oh, jeez. This is gonna be a massacre. Oh!
One shot.
Needs one more. Yeah, and that's the thing about the Widow Mines too. They're great defensively. They're really good offensively if you can get them into position and catch your opponent unawares. Such a versatile unit. If Ketroc can start working in Widow Mine drops, these are going to be like the scariest Widow Mines to deal with. If they were also Widow Mines like appearing behind your mineral lines, not just coming up your front, like, oh man. I don't know how I'd deal with that as a human. That would be a really good anti-human bot, I think. Just widow mines everywhere.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing humans have a hard time multitasking with is all those burrowed, hidden widow mines. You gotta hunt them down. It's such a pain.
Yeah, for sure. And it could do endless, like how humans switch targets to try and prevent a mine from going off.
Oh, you could do
You
that.
could just
yeah,
do that indefinitely. Yeah.
until you get their whole army and surrounded by mines or something. Yeah, this could have some fun potential. All right, well, Caninana does have 4 bases. Worker count pretty much even here. Army supply actually in our Zerg players' favor. A lot of roaches just coming out now. A lot in production with +1 range attack on the way, so they will eventually be able to hit pretty hard. It would be good if they could group up and snipe one of these bases. I guess if they can, just dive on it and out DPS it. Because Ketroc doesn't have a whole lot as far as mobile army. Yeah, he's got all those widow mines.
Yeah.
But he's got Banshees coming out now, but he's really just got like a
Banshees.
Cyclone or 2, a couple Hellions. Here we go. Here it all comes. Okay.
Yeah,
Not a
exactly.
big
He
deal.
doesn't have a stand and fight army, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna. Ketroc does a really good job of kind of going out to meet an army and then making them pay for the ground. So he's gonna bring widow mines up. He's gonna bring the turrets up. He's gonna just kind of dart back and forth and make it really hard for the army to actually advance. And so, even though if he just sat there and fought those roaches, this would die. That's not how he engages it.
Ooh, yeah, here we go. Finally, the roaches. I thought they were going to be way too tentative. They kept pulling back, and
Yeah.
in a little kiting war against the Cyclones, they were never going to win that. But finally, they did just push in, and they're going to be able to deny that base. They're getting some damage done in that mineral line a little bit, just causing a little bit of chaos here. Nothing really drastic though has happened. Ketroc still has a great worker count. He's starting to expand in other places all over the map here. But this
I
is
think the
looking a
Banshee's
lot better
going
for
out.
Zerg.
Yeah, it is. I think that I expected. I think the Banshees to kind of engage this. They scattered off to do their own thing, but
Yeah,
now
his
I think
Banshees
they're
do
gonna-
seem to have a mind of their own a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what you want, right? Because
Yeah.
they're the harassing unit. You want them to go off and do secret missions and work on
Yeah.
mineral lines. that
You
kind of
do want that, just generally not when
This
there's
guy.
roaches in your natural.
Like this guy right here is about to
But,
get a
but yeah,
base.
this guy's great. Yeah, he's gonna get an entire base by himself.
Oh yeah.
Unless there's
Hydras,
protection
what are
out.
you doing? Go kill it. Oh no.
Okay, we got to find out what's happening there because this one was a lot
Okay.
more
Oh,
even.
no.
Well, not even. I mean, it was in.
Caninana had the
was
supply
their
lead
favorite,
and had
yeah.
a lot of Hydras coming out. Upgrades were looking good. Oh, that is unfortunate. So I guess another someone was saying it was a bug which caused him to quit the game. Then, so it wasn't a crash per se, but it was a bug that was just like, okay, I'm done or something. Maybe I misinterpreted that wrong, but
Yeah, that's
Unfortunate.
where we'll discuss that. We'll
that's too
find out
bad.
more and discuss that tomorrow because I'm not sure what happened, but that's interesting. That one's a lot more of a shame. The first one, I think,
First one was in
it
Ketroc.
didn't really matter, but that one's a real shame because
good.
he had held that and it had a really good army supply and the
and
Hydras
a good
in
army
particular.
composition to deal with.
Yeah.
The Hydras could have dealt really well with all the Vikings and Banshees and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Potentially, even the Widow Mines, because they outrange Widow Mines. So
Yeah.
yeah, that definitely could have gone in Zerg's favor. But as it is, Ketroc will take the series and we'll move on in that upper bracket, knocking Caninana down into the lower bracket. So we'll see Caninana again in 2 weeks' time after we do our round of 16 next week, or the end of our round of 16. What are you laughing at?
It just occurred to me that he's not out, but when
He's
he's
not.
out, I'm gonna start singing Caninana, Caninana.
Oh my god. We'll make that his outro song
Yeah.
should he get knocked out.
Exactly.
well,
Especially if
don't
he just
count him
quit.
out yet. Yeah.
Especially if he just keeps quitting games, because I whatever this whatever this bug is, hopefully it's something that only occurred because of something in this matchup, instead of something general, because that would be a shame.
But it did seem like it's a later game something that caused it. It definitely wasn't like an early game cheesy rush causing it or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll find out tomorrow in post bots exactly what went wrong there for poor Caninana. But congratulations on making it into ProBots regardless. And
Yes.
you're not done just yet. You do have the lower bracket, which usually is a little bit easier. This first week is always rough, especially for the new bots, having to go up against -0, Ketroc, MicroMachine, Tier, just all these top bots, these hard hitters that have just been around for so long. They've got, it's kind of like the human tournaments where the more experience a human has, typically, the better they do, the less nerves they have on stage. You almost see that reflected a little bit here. The bots, the more experienced bots typically do better here because they have seen a lot of this stuff that can get thrown at them, or the things that can go wrong, the bugs that will cause your game to crash. They've just seen a lot more of that. So.
There's just so many things that you wouldn't code until it happens to you.
Exactly. You're just like, oh man, I never anticipated that scenario. Yeah.
Because there's so many. The thing about a metagame, there's certain things that have been figured out, but you don't do them every time. Like, because they've been figured out, they're no longer something anyone does. So you never learn to defend against it. So say that the meta is people don't do Reaper rushes anymore because everyone knows how to shut it down.
Yeah.
If you're a new author and you've never faced the Reaper rush, you've never coded in the shutdown to it. So then when it finally comes back or someone uses it, you may not have the defense for it. So that happens over and over, particularly in bots, because in some cases we've even seen people almost delete the old build or delete the old code, and then it kind of comes back again.
Yeah.
And they got to put it back. But yeah, definitely. Where's MicroMachine now here? He's in the jungle.
He's in the jungle. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, we had his stats up there just a second ago. Where all right, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about him. We got MicroMachine going up against Dovahkiin. Now this could be a very interesting match, as MicroMachine, we all know him, I'm sure. He's been around for a long time, very strong. Loses in unfortunate worker rush scenarios sometimes.
Yes.
Unfortunate for him.
Yes. And as a way
Dovahkiin
to
is known for worker rushing.
Yeah, he is indeed. He is indeed known for that.
So this could be interesting.
I like this.
Specifically killing Terrans by worker rushing. That is the Dragonborn's specialty here. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how this pans out. Now, of course, if MicroMachine can survive the worker rush, I think he's pretty much a favorite to win almost any matchup. Even to this day, with all the minimal updates he's getting, he is still getting a little bit from, I believe, Raph is still updating some little bug fixes here and there, but he's just a hard bot to beat.
That's it. Yeah, still does well on their ladder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's got 6 top 4 finishes in ProBots alone. He's always at the top of the AI arena net ladder, even with the minimal updates that he's been getting as of late. Yeah. People got lives. I get it. Why are you not just spending your life on ProBots? That's what I
know, right?
All you authors should quit your jobs and only do ProBots, right? That seems feasible. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see why not.
We're agreed. All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off here. Our final best of 3 of the night. We have got Terran versus Zerg going at it here. Or no, wait, Dovahkiin's Terran as well. I'm lying. No, wait, no, Dovahkiin's a Zerg, right? My brain just stopped.
Yeah, I think so.
What the hell is Dovahkiin?
I'm now imagining.
Yeah, he's a Zerg.
I'm trying to replay the worker rushes. Yeah, we had the drone rushes.
Well, it's good. I was reading in the notes. He added Ketroc's worker drill, and I was like, wait, is he a Terran?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
he's a Zerg. So let's see what happens here in this Terran versus Zerg, this final best of 3 of the night here on day 1 of season 1 of ProBots. Let's go.
If you want this, come and get it. Yeah. If you want this,
Yata hunts.
Dovahkiin.
Yeah, it's a cute. I like the little Dovahkiin bobble.
I do like the Dovahkiin. I don't know. MicroMachine, I think, is now a person cutting down the Amazon or something.
Wait, is this a worker rush? No, this isn't a full-on work. Oh wait, yeah, it is. There they are. I was like, wait, it's only 2 or 3. It's a stack of drones.
Yeah.
And there it is. There's that Ketroc drone stack, and they're going straight to the mineral line. As they hit the minerals, they unfold, and the real battle going on just to the right there. Let's go to the right just a little bit. There it is. Okay, they're doing the drone stack. Yeah, it didn't seem like much at first, but with that superior drone stack, it looks like MicroMachine might not be able to deal with this.
Yeah, it's
He's not
weird,
even hitting
some of the
hitting
behavior
the
too.
drones, is he?
This SCV that's seeming, oh, he was almost gonna get there. He's sending more.
Dovahkiin, you're killing my prediction brackets right now.
Yeah, he's also
Bro.
got like an SCV that's still just mining gas. So yeah, he's still not quite responding great to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that should pretty much be it, because the drones will be able to get a little more health here. They'll eventually, I would imagine, catch those SCVs. Oh, MicroMachine does have 5 minerals now, though. Or 80 minerals, I'm sorry. He got 5 more.
Yeah, he's got
Oh,
80.
it's the barracks! Oh, the barracks
He's
didn't
just-
finish!
It's got to finish the barracks, but we're just gonna get.
Okay, there we go.
We'll get a Marine or a
Come on,
Reaper. Actually, a
Marine.
Reaper.
Oh, he loads
here.
up the SCVs. Excellent
Okay.
choice.
A Reaper here makes some sense.
Oh,
Okay,
Reaper.
this makes a lot more
boy.
sense. This makes suddenly a lot more sense. He wasn't erroneously mining gas. He was doing it on purpose.
He had to get the Reaper.
Yeah.
The Reaper is the end-all, be-all. That will save the day if it can come out. The barracks is burning. Oh, it's not gonna
He's not gonna get
finish.
there.
Ah!
It was so. It
We
was
saw
so
that
clever.
last season too. It was just so close to
Yeah,
finishing.
it was so clever. I wish he had thought to take the SCVs out to repair it.
Oh,
Because yeah, that was much
So
more by
close.
design. Yeah.
that'll do it for game 1. Dovahkiin will take the win with the worker rush. We could
Okay.
see MicroMachine become the lower bracket king once more. That happened a season or 2 ago, where he got knocked down like first round, but
Yeah.
then just dominated the lower bracket because he's
I like.
he's
yeah.
MicroMachine.
I like this as a plan, though. I think we'll probably get to see it again. But yeah, now that I realize the brilliance of what he's trying to do.
Yeah, if he can get
that's
that
really- yeah.
Reaper out,
Yeah.
then that's
Oh, that's
game changer.
interesting. These drones are not doing anything.
Yeah, they can. Okay, so this is going to be
Yeah.
a long drawn out, but Dovahkiin will eventually get something that shoots up, I would imagine. Oh! Oh,
he's
this is
only-
why you
he's
can
on-
never count MicroMachine out, but no, he has no money.
He's only
He
got 40
just can't do
minerals.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah. But hey, if he had 10 more minerals, MicroMachine could recover.
maybe.
MicroMachine is one of the bots that that recovers better than anybody, I think.
Yeah.
If given the chance, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen MicroMachine come back from some very, very dire situations.
Here's the mutas.
Yeah, here we got muted there coming. All right, so that'll wrap up game 1 here. Dovahkiin does have the follow-up. Isn't just full of drone rush. He does have a little bit more up his sleeve than that. But nice win. All right.
That's it. Now, if you thought that BenBot was going to be a bracket breaker, this,
Yeah, this is.
this
I'm
one's
gonna be.
gonna-
I'm gonna be 50% with my predictions if another
Yeah.
worker rush happens here
this one will
successfully.
be this
Anyway.
one will be quite the thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what happens. MicroMachine, I believe in you. Raph, stay strong. Don't let the worker rushes beat you. I know you can do it.
I like the
you can.
thinking here. Like it's a cool plan. Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
if workers were meant for working, they wouldn't be given an attack, Endersword. They wouldn't have an
Yeah,
attack.
no, I mean, no problem. I like the root of this, which is, yeah, it's going for the real solution
Mhm.
and just kind of relying on the fact that, like, it won't realize what you're trying to do, and it just kind of got, yeah, overly delayed. It took, like, a couple extra workers to get there and finish that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see. I think some of this, unfortunately, comes down to the RNG of the SCV building dance. But let's see.
Oh yeah, where they
You
if they
know.
can finish it on time, or where
Yeah,
they
if they get
turn,
in
where
a safe
they-
spot versus if they get picked off right
Well,
away.
the size of the
yeah.
map matters a little bit too.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to Berlingrad. Is that a bigger map than what we just saw? I
It
don't know.
looks a little big. I think the
Looks a
rush
little big.
distance is people usually archive somewhere what the rush distance is.
Because that could be a huge. If he can get that barracks up, we have seen MicroMachine in pretty much the exact same scenario, be able to get that Reaper out, be able to turn things around. So it literally is a razor's edge in scenarios like this.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I would imagine Dovahkiin's just gonna work a rush once more. It worked game number 1. Why not do it again? So we'll see. It's really going to come down to MicroMachine. If you can get that Reaper out and hold. He's got the plan. He's got the moves. We'll see if he can do it. All right. Thank you all again for being here. This could be the final game of our night here in Season 1, Day 1 of 2022 of ProBots. It's going to be a great season, so make sure you bookmark us, hit the thumbs up, whatever you do on YouTube. We've got it. You can cheer and do all the stuff that you could do on Twitch now on YouTube. So thank you all for your support. But let's go ahead and dive into game number 2 and see if MicroMachine will survive. Let's go.
The bad news is Berlingrad has the shortest rush distance of all maps.
Yada hunts.
Dovahkiin.
Okay, so it's not a bigger map.
No, yeah. So unfortunately, Berlingrad, out of all the ladder maps, has the shortest rush distance of only 33 seconds, the longest being 40 seconds. So, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ooh, build a supply depot. Block him out. Ah, one could hope. And that it is smart, leave a couple drones there to make sure the barracks doesn't come up, and then you just do this with the rest of them, and there you go. Yeah, the refinery's not even finished this time. So I do believe we're going to have a very quick game number 2 here.
There's a good build position. Let's see how long he stays there.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Get some build.
This is the game now.
Yeah,
he's not going to get there.
I think this is pretty much over.
Also, the other thing is no one's mining gas, so yeah, that doesn't matter.
That's dumb. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a quick finish here, but well done, Dovahkiin, with that cheeky drone drill. Drone drill? Is that what we'll call it?
That's
where you stack them up.
Yeah.
Stack them up. It works. Yeah, MicroMachine.
I guess the drill is usually when you stack them and it hit all at once, but it's the same idea.
Same idea.
Yeah.
There we go. He's getting gas now, finally.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
they really want that
helps.
supply depot dead.
Yeah, clearly.
There we go. Now they'll kill the barracks. Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe.
Just gonna chill.
Oh,
Okay, there we
cancel.
go. It'll be
Oh.
canceled.
All right, well, we got a supply depot coming down. All right. One SCV with a dream will not make it happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, MicroMachine will get knocked down by the worker rush in his favorite style. I think MicroMachine has been worker rushed more than probably any other bot in history.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
that's
think so.
probably a safe thing to say.
I think so.
He's a prime candidate there. All right. Not much more to say on it.
Has an SCV.
So this
Oh,
will
what's he
wrap up.
doing?
Oh, wow. He actually got an SCV this time.
He got an SCV, but
it's
he's not doing anything.
What is he doing? He's freaking out, man. He doesn't know what to do. He wasn't trained properly. His supervisor did not show up to the shift today. He was killed by the drones. And that will seal the deal here. Certainly it's coming across. All right, so thank you all for enjoying our matches today. This has been a very fun opener, and usually day 1 is stuff like this. We had a lot of cheeses today. Cheeses in that other best of 3 we had. We had obviously the cheeky drone rush here, but also some straight up games too. Some nice longer macro games. We did get into some late game battle cruiser Tempest fights, which was fun. So a good all in all start, I would say, to ProBot Season 1 here.
Yeah.
In our upper bracket.
Indeed.
And then next week we're going to be doing our next round of 16, the lower half. We're going to go ahead and pull that bracket up in just a moment for you all, but we have even more returning bots and one more new bot. Zunk will be the new bot going up against Zoe next week, but we've got Eris coming back, Gensi bot qualifying this season, Sharpened Edge versus Spud. We'll have Dominion Dog versus Tyr. That is going to be an interesting match. Again, I think Tyr is going to take the whole season. He just had his baby. He had a season off last season, so now he can really put his focus and energy into ProBots and kicking ass.
That's it.
Don't let me down, Tyr.
Because once you have the baby, you don't have to pay attention.
You don't have to. It's on its own. It's like it's like a zergling or something.
fine.
It just grows and does its own thing.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
So Should be good. Next week will be a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in. Same time, same place. We're going to be doing this for the next 7 weeks here on ESChamp, so bookmark us. Make sure you tune back in. And big shout out again to all of our bot authors. All of you who have qualified this season and all of you who have worked so hard. Even the ones who didn't qualify. You are awesome as well. You know, you keep the AI Arena .net ladder running. And it's a lot of fun. Go check out their Twitch stream, 24/7 Twitch stream. You can watch these bots that you saw here tonight, as well as a lot of others, just duking it out. So check them out. And yeah, what are we doing tomorrow night? Post bots.
Yeah.
We will be joined by Cryptius. He's again running the thing over at AI Arena ladder. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to take a look at these Cryptius. I never say it. It looks like Cryptius. All right, whatever. Cryptius. I'm gonna ask him where that name came from. I don't think we've asked him yet. I keep thinking I think of something from the crypt, you know, like Tales from the Crypt.
Maybe it's not.
That's not it.
Maybe.
All right, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Endersword, for joining us. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
Good. Now you're gonna go play with your bunnies?
Probably. There's one under my foot.
Oh, we gotta see him. Let's see the bunny before we wrap things up, and then we're gonna do a Crown Club member shout out as well. Again, thank you all so much for your support. We've been bringing you better and better action every season, and I'm very excited for this season to play out. So, all right, let's go ahead and run a Crown Club member shout out, and then we'll wrap things up here. Do it. Do it now. Thank you, Elliot, for your support. And again, make sure you check out the forum. We'll have the artwork up for our Crown Club for you, Elliot, for everyone else that you can see scrolling below there towards the end of the season. That awesome artwork you see. You can use it as a background. I eventually get all the artwork and I use it as desktop backgrounds. Looks really nice. Some really quality stuff there. So, all right, we're gonna wrap things up here and call it a night. Thank you all once again for joining us at the start of our season here. And a big shout out as well to our production in the background, keeping things running. Our new camera guy, Kaiser, and of course Laddie and Drek, keeping the show running. All right, with that, we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good night. Thank you for being here at ESChamp. All right, close it.